Hello, everyone. How's it going, Internet? And welcome to Nat 20 Productions Edge of Legend. Uh, what else is there to say besides that? Oh, I don't know, maybe a quick recap. If you haven't seen Sidney's amazing recap, go ahead and check it out now. I'll give you 5 minutes. No, I'm lying. So, after an amazing battle in Methune, a wonderful paladin of Tsuzuku was working together with the people. Amazing warrior of the masked ring of South Azmakan, unfortunately gave his life to great glory, and with the help of his niece was able to rise to greater glory still. And there was more, but I think we'll probably get into that once we kick things off. Let's do some quick introductions. Oh, and before I forget, we will be having our good friend Kylie, join us a little later. So if you can be patient, wait for her. She will be showing up at that time. But before I forget, let's do introductions. Going right into it, Sidney, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, I'm Sidney. I play I just forgot my character's name. Oh my god, I almost said Shionibus. I play Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric. And my pronouns are she, her.
Very nice.
Killing
Very
it.
nice. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're already 1 for 1. Michael, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hey everybody, I am Michael Powell, and I am playing the fabulous Rufa, and my pronouns are he, him, they, and them. Oh, and I'm an investigator too, apparently. Apparently.
Someone's gotta be. Ian, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
My name is Ian. I play Woodwort, the gnome druid gnome, however you want to put that. Our pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Very, very nice. And of course, coming in from the top rope with a flying circle of life. That's the name of their finishing move. Sam, tell us who you are, tell us who you're playing, and tell us your fabulous pronouns.
Hello, I am Sam Sterling, and I am playing Ichipoktom Papokui. She is a dwarf barbarian, and our pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. And until Kylie joins us, Kylie will be playing Shionibus, and I believe their pronouns are she, her, but they will correct me when they get here. Until then, my name is PJ Megaw. I am your GM for Edge of Legend and Nat 20 Productions. My pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing today, everything in between. And without further ado, we got a lot of stuff to do. So let's get right into it. Where last we left off, these triumphant heroes saved the city of Methune from an overwhelming number of orc skirmishers. And as they fought valiantly, granted we lost the Iron Frog, La Rana de Hierro, passed into a greater glory than the ring could have ever given him. And as the next day arrives and everyone's a little hungover from the mourning and respect paid, they are given a kind of unfortunate task by Iyalanu. Iyalanu looks at them and says, I'm very sorry. But I've been given this missive to go find a very spoiled brat of the Platinum Hammer, and I can't really get to him right now. I'm a little busy. I'm on my vacation, and I was told last night by some of the people here that the Knights Senorati of the town, as well as the entire town guard, have left on the holiday. So, by the right of the Platinum Hammer, I have to now pull censure and become the de facto guardian of this town until they get their butts back here. Could you maybe go find this idiot brat?
Well, we did already agree to it last episode, but
Breaking that fourth wall at the gate. That's what I like to see in episode 19.
And I got a written writ that she will talk to us afterwards.
Yes.
yes. So the thing is, we have to go south anyway because our job as the tip of the spear is to inform all the nations that aren't in Adelphon that there is an imminent threat of the Green Army. So it's already on our way, I think. So we might as well kill two birds with one stone.
Perfect. Perfect. 1 second. So you have the paper that says I will be talking to you guys later at the order, correct?
Yes. About
Right.
the deal.
About the deal.
Payment.
Exactly. Payment. Well, let's do a little bit of upfront, shall we? If you take that note, go to one of the local provisioners. They can give you something for traveling. They give you food, water, some maybe better tents, whatever you need. They're not going to give you anything like the military needs. They're not going to give you anything like free, whatever the town needs to sell to make money. But they can at least make sure that as you're traveling, you're not going to be starving to death out there.
Rufa looks at the group assembled, noticing that it has grown quite a bit. Yes, perhaps another wagon, a couple more horses, provisions. Yes, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Yelena kind of just like takes her finger and just rubs her forehead, just get the stress out. And she goes, yeah, great. So until then, I'm going to have to run lessons on how to fight and teach everyone here how to use a pot lid and a chair as a weapon in case we get attacked again. If you guys want to sit around and take lessons, I'm happy to teach you, but time is of the essence. So you make the choice.
I mean, to be fair, I think Ichi should probably be teaching people how to fight with a chair. But, I mean, you do you. And we should probably get going because we were already late to Maythun. Considering when we got here, the orcs were already here. So it may be best we just hitch up this wagon and take off.
She nods. She kind of does thing like her long braided ponytail kind of gets away. She flips it back and she goes, okay. So do what you have to do, and may the three great women of Nubia protect you. May whatever god you worship watch over you. And what is the deal with the orcs anyway? Normally we don't question when raiders invade, but this seems really focused.
So who wants to give the rundown of why the orcs and goblins are attacking major cities?
Okay, so here's the shindig. You see, we started. Well, hold on. I don't want to take you too far back now. We kind of made them. I mean, that's kind of a moral choice. Well, see, we put them out of society. Alona, you've talked about that. We put them out of society. Now they want back in, but we didn't let them back in. So now they're knocking on the door awful hard. So they decided to join forces to knock on the door a little bit harder. And most other cities are probably going to fall to this green army. It looks like they got the goblins and the hobgoblins working with them too. So we got quite a front. I don't know why they're attacking Maythun in particular, though.
Sam?
How much does Ichi know about this conundrum?
That's a very good question. I will say in your travels, you've seen a lot of orc movement, but most of the people being kind of ignorant to what's happening just goes, that's kind of common. Orcs tend to raid. It's one of their biggest, staples of survival. So no one really kind of goes into a deeper thought, but seeing this today has kind of put on notice in your mind that this is more than just raiding. A raiding party of orcs is never almost 150 strong, just taking lives left and right. This is something more.
Ichi says to herself, oh, I know we should have done our home tour in Asmacon.
Oh, choices were made. I'm going to address Elenu and say, Woodward pretty much has it down. So honestly, unfortunately, the Green Army that we've started referring them to are comprised of a few tribes of orcs and goblins. These tribes are unhappy with, like Woodward mentioned, their place in society, and therefore are attempting what we would assume is world domination. We discovered this about, I suppose, a week ago now. We've been in contact with the heads of the Adolfon Empire. They are also aware, and our mission is to be the tip of the spear and inform every nation of the possible threat and hopefully gain more information on the Green Army in general so we can better prepare the rest of the world for this thing.
She kind of looks at all of you. Her face gets very dour and serious, and she says, "Well, this is as bad as you say it is. We're gonna need that idiot brat to strap his diaper on and his big boy boots and join us in the field of combat. So, I have to go back home and let Suzuku know. Oh, but I gotta go back to the island and let the Platinum Hammer know. I gotta have breakfast. I haven't eaten anything all day." And then she kind of gives you a look like that was a joke.
Funny. I mean, yes, that's all very well and good, and you should absolutely do that. But also, it's also our job to do that. So if you need to give us anything or any messages to those places, we need to get there eventually too. So either you get there before we do or we do. But
Yeah. Where's Tezuku from here? In which direction?
You see Ielenu kind of look out the window, and she thinks about it for a second, and she goes, It's about a week to a week and a half boat ride southeast from here. And then you're going to have to contend with the defensive force in the water.
yeah, I've read about that in a book. It's not safe.
Yeah, it's not safe for you guys to go to Tezuku, at least not by boat. If you guys go by something that flies, or maybe with my permission, I can help you get in. Or
Griffins.
A1's, but A1's hard to find.
We got to get us those griffins. I mean, hey, if we're to do it.
True.
Well, maybe one day the griffin that's parked outside probably won't be getting off the ground anytime soon. The blade to the back of the skull took care of that. You're welcome to try, though. I do believe in miracles.
No one's a necromancer in this party.
Yet.
Okay.
Also, I like to state that Rufus already gone. He's gone to get the wagon, all the provisions.
So he's got the slip, and he's like, "I'm off."
Yeah.
All right.
Smart. Good
Very
job
nice.
multitasking. I'm going to address you, Leno, again and say, so this person that you need us to go find, are they really that big of a deal? They're one person.
Trust me. He will tell you how big of a deal he is when you meet him. I will save my own breath because he will waste it for me.
Noted. Okay, well, if you don't need anything else from us, I suppose we'll be on our way, and hopefully you can give our regards to Mithun and tell them of the troubles that are going on while we go on your mission for you.
I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for this. And I do owe you a bit of debt when I see you at the Platinum Hammer. Until then, please be safe, have a great journey, and make sure you're ready for the journey ahead. May the three watch over you and keep you strong.
Awesome. Should we head out now and find Rufa?
Yeah, this is the third time we've said bye.
Yeah,
So,
we're really
we should
bad
probably
at that.
we should probably get walking.
So Rufa, do you just want to get the laundry list, like the horse and the extra carriage and the food,
Yeah.
or okay?
Also, I'm wondering if this laundry list will allow us to get any other items, such as any weapons or armor or a certain cape.
No, she was very specific. It's mostly just things needed for travel,
Okay.
like things that people sell for their livelihood, like a
Okay.
weapon. You're not going to get that for free because that could give them enough money to eat for a month. So
What about any what do you call those? God, we had them during that one shot. Are they healing kits or medicine kits? What are they called?
healer's kit, medic pack.
Healer's kit, yeah.
Yeah, they can put that in there.
Okay.
Basically, it allows you to use a medicine check to like do about 1d8
Yeah.
of healing.
And
Yeah.
just so Sidney doesn't fall into the same trap I did, back in episode 1, I broke my shield and I still haven't replaced it.
Yeah.
So,
what happened to that?
I have no idea. I just remembered when we're talking about things that I still don't have. I have it marked down on my character sheet. It's just crossed out on the shield. So I have enough gold. I should based off of the team to be able to. I think it's like 5 gold pieces or something for a wooden shield. If I can pay somebody the money that they need for the shield, I will happily buy one for myself. And
Sure,
Sydney, I
sure.
would consider doing the same.
Well, my shield is magical. It's a cantrip.
Oh well, shoot. Then I'm the only one out. Yeah, great. I'm gonna. I want to go. I want to go replace this thing.
All
Well,
It's
right.
been 18 episodes too long.
Well, if Ian is buying that stuff out of his own pocket, can I buy a cape out of my own pocket as
If
well?
you have the money for it, go right ahead.
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
oh, yeah.
Oh, he has the money for
yeah.
Leonibus and Rufa are rolling. PJ.
Look, Shionibus has 800 gold. I don't know how much you gave away. So
0.
you find you go to this kind of weapons, armor, shieldsmith, blacksmith shop, and you see this couple, these 2 women who are just sitting there looking over their notes, just like with great tension, rubbing their eyebrow, and then they see you arrive. They go, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Sally and Samantha's Smithery, or as we like to call it here, Triple S. How can we help keep you safe, secure, and swinging swords?"
Ichi looks around at all the goods, and then kind of like checks her money bag, and then just puts it away and looks at the floor.
Oh no, she poor.
Well, to be fair, when Uncle was around, he wasn't the best manager. Oh, and I think we lost Ian temporarily. He'll be coming back eventually. And there he is. So the other 2
Yep.
ladies are just kind of there going, "Hey, I'm very sorry about the money thing. Unfortunately, we're a little bit behind on our bills for medicine and rent, so we will have to charge. I'm so sorry. I wish I could give
But-
something to you, but
The money thing? What do you mean? I'm just window shopping right now.
oh,
I don't.
Yeah, go ahead. Enjoy
If
everything
I-
you see, of course.
Yeah, and like if I wanted something, I could totally afford it. So thank you for your concern, but
Yeah, no, I just saw the face and thought, you know what? I'm making it weird. Do it. How can I help you guys?
You have a
Ichi
pot
just
lid.
forgot.
Like,
For
Well- yeah, hey, okay, there. Alona, you don't need that look. See, here's the thing is, when I ask for a shield, it usually comes in human sizes.
mm-hmm,
That doesn't work. I need
mhm.
like the lid to a barrel, or like, I don't know, something small. Pot lid. Pot lid would work. I just
Samantha, do we still have that? The pickle? Yeah, the pickle. Is it still in the back? Yeah. Okay. Do you have that shellac? Okay. Get the water sealing one. Yeah. You know what? We don't, but we're going to. Give me 5 minutes. And
perfect.
Sarah runs into the back, and you can hear this hammer just whap, 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 thunk, and then just this like hasty slap of a brush against wood. And eventually, as time passes, they do come out with this for a pickle barrel. The top of a pickle barrel, completely shellacked, reinforced by steel rivets and a leather strap with a bit of a slide through it. And they hand you this like really jury-rigged, last minute but very tough wooden shield. And they go, "Okay, so that'll be 5 gold."
Woodward with no concept of what a gold actually costs has no problem forking over all 5 of them and just sets them on top of the table and happily takes his shield, which is most likely better than the last one since he made it himself.
They are
long-
very excited. Yeah, they write a note about that.
As long as there's still the checkers board on the back, that's really all that matters.
I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What was that game called? Run Amok?
Run amok, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna teach everyone how to play run amok.
All right, Michael, what's up?
I was wondering if it's cool with everybody for me to insert Rufa in this scene.
Yeah, you're right there waiting your turn. What's up?
Okay. Rufa walks through the door, and a little surprised to see everybody there. Oh, hello, my friends. Oh, what is everybody doing?
I got a shield.
Ah, that is a fantastic shield you got there, my friend. Oh, I just got some of the workers. They're gathering our stuff. Got ourselves a new wagon, 2 new horses to pull said wagon. Yeah, we're gonna be a nice, happy family. And then, can I say that Rufa sees a very nice cape about the color of his coat hanging on a wall.
Absolutely.
He sees that. He goes over, feels it. Oh, this is nice. What is this? Velvet?
The two women kind of go, well, actually, it's velour, but we have reinforced it with a very strong brocade that I think strikes a great look at any party or on any battlefield.
Ooh, this is very nice. How much?
We will be happy to offer it for
Usually the price says 5 silver pieces for a dueling cape.
5 silver pieces. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So they kind of look at you and go, 2 gold. We were going to give it to the senator, but she's been gone forever. So if you want it, just 2 gold and it's all yours.
2 gold. Yes, yeah. I was wondering if Rufa could haggle it down to 1.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, alrighty.
As they're negotiating, Woodward walks past Ichi and says, "Considering I didn't know nothing until I just bought this shield, I have a feeling that wagon's for Rufa." And just heads right back out of the building.
Would that be a diplomacy roll?
Yes, so diplomacy. Thank you.
Okay.
I've been juggling so many additions this year.
Woodward finally
19.
has somebody.
Yeah, Woodward?
Woodward finally has somebody he can talk shade to without having to try to be like yell up to someone. Like Ichi's like right here.
Yeah.
So he can just like quick glances are now available for him. It's gonna be great.
I
Upgrade.
love that the height is making you all just bond. You're like, those talls, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what was your diplomacy check?
19.
Yeah, that beats the DC. So, so you're like, you're kind of, what do you say as you're trying to mark this down by a gold?
2 gold. It's pretty fair price, but I don't know. This is very specialty item. I don't think much other than I will take it. How about we say 5 silver pieces?
You transfer that to the gold standard, and we'll take it for 1.
Deal. And he flips her gold piece, and he looks over at Ichi. I say he kind of notices that she's window shopping. Are you in the market for anything?
Well, everything looks great, but I have so much at home. I think I should really, minimalism is a thing these days. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna pass. Just like looks around.
Well, if you need any tools or the armor or the what have you, let Rufa know. We need to have our little family well equipped.
She looks at Rufa's debonair style, sees he's a man of taste, and kind of like pulls him aside. Hey, I kind of truth is, I spent the last of my money making arrangements for my uncle. I'm broke. You guys get paid, right? If I stick with you?
Actually, yes, we're supposed to get paid from the Senate and now from the Platinum Hammer lady. We have a certain payment plan, yes.
Okay.
But Rufa will gladly float you a bit of coin until you get back on your feet, because that's how Rufa rolls.
Rufa, I need you to understand. I'm used to a certain standard of living. It's gonna be rough on me.
Rufa understands this. Rufa understands.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, back when grandma was around, it's just,
Say no more.
allowances
Say no more.
here and there,
Listen,
and not have to work.
You let Lufa know what you need. Lufa will help to best of his ability.
Okay. Thank you. Yep. You just tell me what to hit with the hammer.
Enough.
Okay.
That's bad.
So Rufa is officially Ichi's sugar daddy.
Oh, God.
No. I
That's
thought
all
it
I
was
got
so
from that
sweet.
it's
Well,
It's going to financial planner.
Like, honestly,
Financial
with
plan.
Rufa, the money thing, it's a blanketed term for everybody in the party. So technically, he's everybody's sugar daddy.
Yeah.
that's true.
It's the moment where Woodward looks over to Ichi and goes, "He's nice, right?"
Ichi turns over and is just like,
I kind of wanted to see like this shirt now, like Rufo wearing the shirt that says like I'm everyone's sugar daddy.
Yes.
Anyway, without further ado, so is there anything else, any other business, any other people you want to talk to while you're in Methune? Is there other places you want to go, or do you want to continue with your travels?
Quick question though. I just want to know. So, when you say provision wise, is it just overall, or if there's special stuff that we want, we need to run it past you right now?
No, I'm just gonna kind of hand wave and say you're getting food, another cart, horses to
Yeah,
draw.
I was gonna
some
say
extra tents.
crowbars, grappling hook, that rope, extra rope.
Rope.
Everybody
yes.
needs rope. Rope is very
Everyone
important.
needs some stupid effing rope. No, I'll say this: you get rope, of course, but a crowbar and a grappling hook, that's extremely specific. You're probably not going to get that, but you will
Okay.
get things like rope, tinder, food, water, more camping materials, a whole cart and a horse, which is very expensive.
Yeah.
So
true,
you're getting all that, and you're
Okay.
pretty solid there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna spend about a gold piece to get a crowbar then.
Okay.
I just want a crowbar.
Apparently, the Joker, you want yourself a crowbar. Okay, so without further ado, if anyone's a Jason Todd fan, you know what I'm talking about. Without further ado, it's like we're on the road again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So who's driving the carts? Because Rufo can only drive one cart at once.
How many carts are there?
2.
There's
Oh.
now 2 carts.
Ichi
There's
gets in a
8
cart
of us.
and her feet don't reach the pedals.
I don't think a cart needs a pedals.
Oh, good.
Oh god.
The carts in Osmocon need pedals because their horses are very fast and they're a little furious. So like they need them there in Osmocon, but here's a very different story.
Ichi gets in the cart and she's like, "Where's the pedals?"
Pedals? Don't need no pedals. Yeah. He hands her the reins. When you want Hoshi to go, you go. When you want Hoshi to stop, you go. Hey.
Hey.
The horse kind of like trots like he's trying to go backwards, but he's gone nowhere, so he just stays there.
Does somebody else want to do this?
Alona's gonna get in the other cart and she's gonna like grab the reins and she's gonna like motion to Morel and she's and she's going to say to Morel, "So I've never driven before, but I figure I gotta learn at some point. Do you know how to drive?"
Yeah, I used to drive before I joined the military. Do you need me to teach you how to drive?
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, of course. You see Morel kind of like take a big hand and wave down Roof, and he goes, "Oi, Mr. Roofer, we should probably decide who's riding in what carts so that we can
Yes.
continue moving in that formation.
true.
I think Alone and I on this one because I'm going to be her co-pilot. Who else is going to go in cart Afra?" And then like he just kind of goes, "Yeah, mate, you should not have said that."
Not very good at naming things, are you?
Have you met me?
Well-
True.
I like to stretch my legs, and since everyone else is going in the other cart, it sounds like I'm definitely going to take cart Afra.
And then he just goes, "Woo, call Afra, woo it, my little friend. Yes, I'm excited to be with you in the cart."
Woodward like jumps up onto the cart, holds his hand up, goes, "Yeah, man, let's go!" And like gives a big old high five.
Oh yeah,
He
high
just
five.
sits down in the cart. He's excited now. If someone else is excited, he's excited.
Rufa's
And
on the
Yeah.
front cart, and you know what? You do. He points over at the half orcs. I
Hera
forgot
and-
their name.
So Antigone goes, huh, we have names. My name's Antigone. And Hera's like, yeah. And my name's Hera. We're Hera and
Yes.
Antigone.
Yes. Antigone, Hedda, want to keep an eye on you two. You come to the front cart here.
They kind of look to each other and they just kind of like, they're like in Orcish. You hear them just kind of go, Fazrin Baska Sai.
You know, I will
Sai
learn that
da.
language one day.
One day.
I am very fast learner.
They look at you and they go, I hope you do. And then they get in the cart and they go, all right, fancy pants, saddle up. And Antigone grabs you by the arm and just throws you in the back of the cart.
Woodward looks over the edge of the cart to Ichi with a 15 deception check as like trying to be sneaky to the rest of the group and goes, "You won't want to miss this." And then points to Morel. Morel sitting next to Alona trying to teach her to drive and just like motions to get in the cart.
She gets in the car.
All right. So in Go-Kart Afra, you have I gotta make notes of this. We have Ilona, Morel. Let's see, Afra Kart,
For cards.
Ilona, Morel,
Mini game.
Woodward. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Afra Kart 7. Don't get the blue orc shell. That's not good.
It's called Africart 7 Asmacon Drift.
Asmacon Drift, yes.
Since the horses were too
say
fast
I'm
and
No,
furious.
I think if anything, it'd be Odiyasu Drift. You know, it's kind of like
yeah, there we go.
So in the cart that Rufa's in would be Rufa, Antigone, Hera, and Chonibus.
yes. Until we'll surprise her that information. I need, for the sake of my note keeping, Rufa, I need you to christen this cart. What are you going to call it?
Cart Trouble.
Cart Trouble. I'm just gonna. Okay.
You're
Considering
cursing
who's in it, everybody who's in it, Cart Trouble.
Yep. All right. So we got Afra Cart and Trouble Cart. Here they go, struggle busting down the road. So,
Trouble card.
as you're leaving the town, Iolano just kind of greets you, and she says, "By the way, the brat is staying in a little town to the southwest coast of this land, this continent, called Dunstan. In order to get to Dunstan, you usually have to cut through a small city called Bryx. I haven't heard any news from Bryx in a long time. Just so you know, when you see the road signs, cut to Bryx, go to Dunstan. That blonde-haired idiot should be there."
Point of order. I feel like us going to the city saying, "Have you seen a blonde-haired idiot?" It's going to get us a lot of responses. What's his name?
You can see her just kind of like she rolls her tongue across her teeth as she thinks she just hesitates to say it, and she goes, "His name is Tobias Raphaelis, and he is the Grand Hospitalier of the Order of the Platinum Hammer. And trust me, once you meet him, you will never not hear that again."
Alona, you got that? I already forgot his name.
Yeah, I did.
What was it? How do you spell the name?
And she kind of sighs and she goes, "Oh, okay. What you use common, right? You write with common?"
Yes.
All right, Tobias, Tobias, Raphaelis, Raphaelis.
Can I do a lore or a history check to see if Alona knows what that title is?
Yes, go right ahead. You can do religion or lore. Either one's fine.
Okay. That's an 18 for religion.
After the War of the Looking Glass, approximately 5,000 to 8,000 years ago, when people realized demons were easily breaking through into this world, and Acadia was the first nation to have a human ascendant to become a god, aka Minerva, the goddess of oaths and paladins, people were going on crusades pilgrimages to see all the holy sites that people sacrificed their lives to stop the demons from coming, as well as the very spot where Minerva was blessed by the gods to rise to heaven and become a god herself. However, along this way, demons were still prevalent. And in order to protect them, a group of knights who found the Codex of Minerva and bended the knee and worshipped her as the first paladins took it very seriously, and they became the Hospitallers, a group of knights designed to protect, not through violence, but through willpower and medicine, to heal people, to keep them alive until they got to the site where Minerva ascended. Since then, the Hospitaller has been a very potent and highly respected position in most religious organizations as a knight who may fight, but their goal is not to kill. Their goal is to protect and heal, sometimes through surgical and medicinal means, sometimes through divine prayer. And the title of Grand Hospitaller, one could only assume, would mean this individual is probably the highest ranking Hospitaller in the order.
So just to be clear, this guy isn't as old as the Order of the Hospitallers, right? Because that wasn't technically made clear. It was just they showed up 2,000 years ago, and now this guy's in charge of them. Is it now this guy's in charge of them, or he has been in charge of them?
Good question, and I will allow that as a point of clarification. He is the Grand Hospitaller. He has not been the Grand Hospitaller for over 5,000 years. He is just the Grand Hospitaller now, vis-a-vis the Order of the Platinum Hammer.
So, and the only reason I ask is actually because I was reading over some more of the druid stuff, and as druids get older, they actually see life force differently. And so I figure Woodwork kind of looks at Shionibus differently because her life force strand is a hell of a lot longer than most of us.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, hey, if Woodwork comes up to this guy, he's not just going to treat him like some kid in the gutter if he's 2,000 years old. So,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ilona is completely taken aback by this information, knowing that basically this dude is like the head of an Afrin church equivalent. And the realization that this guy is that big of a deal makes her nervous and excited.
Does Ilona talk about any of this?
No.
Okay.
All right. Before we all leave, Rufa's gonna pat the two new horses they got. All right. What? This one is Ricky, and this one's Fred. You follow us in the cart while I lead Lucy and Etzel.
I love that. So we have Lucy and Ethel, and Ricky and Fred. All right. Okay. Afra cart.
My plan all along.
I'm saving my money for a pony. I'm going to name him Bill. And if anybody else gets that reference, you're awesome.
Aw. Okay, so we have now named 4 horses. Afra cart. The Afra cart horses are Ricky and Fred, and the Trouble cart horses are Lucy and Ethel.
Once again, makes sense.
Absolutely. Now they just have to have a foal named Ricky Jr. Or Little Ricky. Okay, so give me a nature check there, Rufa.
Let's see.
I really hope PJ just says you're still in Bethune.
21.
21. So you're still in Bethune. But also you realize Ricky and Fred are lady horses.
Doesn't matter.
Dope. I love that. I just want to be like, Do you give a crap? Hell yeah. Hey, my girl cat is named Simon. So, hey, names are a construct for identity and not gender. Moving right along. What do you guys do? So, you have a small game plan that EA Lanu let you know about. In order to get to Dunstan, you have to go through Bryx. Do you drive and settle camp? Do you just try to push through the full day and see how fast you can get to Bryx? What's your plan?
Well, as Rufa's driving his cart, he's also saying, "Oh, toss a coin to your Rufa, oh valley of many, oh valley of many. Toss a coin to your Rufa, oh valley of many."
When did you get a freaking banjo?
He's had it. I've seen the photos. So as you're driving, Rufa is playing. You can hear the two half-orc women shouting, and Tigany's like, "You shut that up, or else put us so far up your ass, your laugh will play the songs for you." Hera's turning around the side going, "Do you have room for one more? Just one?"
Just making Rufa sing all the more louder then.
Hera's eyes just roll in the back of her skull. Is like, oh my god. Yep.
Woodward looks over at the other card and goes, "No, see, we planned this from the very beginning. Smaller means lighter. Morale hit it." And just hopefully just take off down the road.
Okay, so we're doing this. So you can either, Sidney, you can either take the lead and basically let Morel pilot this thing, or we can have a fun roleplay moment, and he's going to try and guide you in how to do this, and you'll be doing this. Are you proficient in any way with animal handling or anything?
I don't think animal handling is a thing in Pathfinder.
I believe it
It's not.
is.
It's
oh,
not.
oh, you know,
No,
it's nature. Nature is to
nature.
animal handle.
Yeah.
So are you proficient in nature?
I am actually proficient in nature.
Hell yeah. Okay, well,
Oddly
in that case, if you want to, either you can take his lead or you can do it with a +1. Where is my cheat sheet?
I mean, considering that Ilona has literally never driven in her entire life,
Mhm.
just character-wise, she gonna need some guidance.
That's it.
Yeah.
Aid.
Yeah, have him help
Yeah.
you. Don't just
Yes.
hand just don't hand the reins over. We just got this
Yeah.
brand new cart to crash. Let's go.
Here's the mini game. Yes, he's helping me because I'm learning because I'm going to be an independent person.
The
So
only
Okay.
party who can hurt themselves without combat. Drive the cart faster.
just like become one of those PSAs. Friends that let friends drive drunk while on horseback. So Morel is talking and he goes, "All right." So, and he's got like 2 leather reins, and he's like, "All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Elbows down. You can be here a long time. Get comfortable. Let them relax. All right. It's all the thumbs and the forefingers. Now, horses just need to know that A, you're there, and B, that you're the master. All right. You're the dominant force here in this cart. So what you need to do is be confident, expectant, and calm. When you grab the leather, pull back a bit. Let them know you're there. Give them a little tug. Go ahead, tug it now. Give it a tug. All right, there you go. Yeah, see? You notice how your horse kind of pulled up by the head? Now it knows you're there. It knows you're in control. Now, once you have control, what you need to do, when you want to go faster, you're going to take your hands up and it's all on the wrists. All right? Don't put the arms in. We're not here to hit them. We're here to excite them. So you're going to take the leather and nice little, with the wrists, flick it. Yeah? Go ahead, give it a flick. There you go. All right, a little harder this time. Let them know you mean business, but still on the wrist. There you go. Now look at that. Now the one on the right. Oh, hold on. I have to do it. There we go. Now they're moving to your pace. If you want them to go faster, you do it again harder. If you want them to go slower, then you just pull back a bit, lean back, let your body weight do all the work. All right?
Okay.
Great. Now, steering is very important because we're going to overtake Team Trouble over here. So what I want you to do, have you ever boxed before? Thrown some pugilistic punches. All right. So,
No, she did. I saw her punch an orc. I
think I was there for that. It was a solid
She's
good
thrown
gym
one
rock.
punch.
It was a solid good jaw rocker. So when you're just like throwing a punch, right? If you're moving with your right hand, you're twisting with your right foot and you're moving, right? You're pivoting. So same with the other, you're going to pivot. So I want you to pivot your body and move the horse. As you pivot, the horse is going to go with you, but you got to be tight on that leather. You're good. All right, let's see you do it. I want you to go right because we're going to overtake them now. All right, great. Now, here I need you to do 2 things for me, Alona. Number 1, I need you to slap that horse with that leather as hard as you can, and 2, I need you to think of something really daunting and insulting to say to Rufa to shout as we fly by as fast as possible. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
All right. Now let's see your warface, soldier. What is your smack talk?
My outfit's better!
Oh, that's good. Give me a nature check to command an animal as you're cracking this horse with the leather. +1, I'll give you a +2. That was good.
Oh my god. Hold up. That's a lot of math. Yeah, that's a 28.
28. So yeah, sure enough, crap, you get so excited, you even get out of your seat and come down with your weight. The horse just bucks and goes, okay, and they start hauling ass. You can even see like the 6'4" beefy Acadian just kind of going, oh, Afra, give me strength, take the wheel, Afra. Like he's having a bit of a conniption. I need everyone in the back. I need Woodward and I need La Pacifica Dorita to give me athletic checks or reflex saves. Your choice.
Can I add an addendum to my reflex check?
Sure.
Oh, it's actually good enough that this may work. I got a 22.
22?
The reflex save that Woodward is doing is trying to stay in the cart and also pass a drink to Ichi. So it's one of these. Like it kicks and it's like trying to pass the drink to Ichi across the cart.
Okay. So give me that reflex save, Ian.
Yeah, I got a 22. I was actually really surprised.
Super solid. Super duper solid. Sam, what's that athletics check to hold on for dear life or reflex save to not fly out?
With athletics, that's 25.
Solid. So you guys are able to share a drink in the back of this cart as it hauls us. Rufa, you're playing your banjo, having a great time. Harridan's taking the air. Is kind of suddenly you can hear the thunderous clops of horse hooves and wheels turning as cart Afra just starts passing you, and Alona shouts,
My outfit's better!
Antigone turns on a dime and goes, the chase is on. And she whip and she hits the horse. And she's like, come on, Rufus, smack talk. We can't smack talk. We're busy driving.
Rufa just he kind of stops in kind of like mid pluck of his banjo and just kind of gives a little roll of his eye and then shouts out, perhaps 10 years ago.
Good.
Nice. I'm going to use that as some wonderful inspiration, and I'm going to roll for the half-orc ladies as it's now on. Okay. So you take the lead, and Heron and Signar is laughing. You can hear them cackle and laugh, and they're shouting like battle cries in Orcish, like woo! And they start catching up to you guys. It's now neck and neck with this fun, completely pointless race in the middle of a wide open field.
So we're making up time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Also, Rufus just playing. I really wish he would play Devils Going Down to Georgia at this point.
Not that good. I'm learning still.
I almost kind of imagine it's like Dukes of Hazzard, like as you're just taking off.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Rufus
we have
got to be careful with that banjo before Woodward gets involved. Drinks have already been had.
Rufa and Woodward dueling banjos.
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I got a good old boot stomping.
Yep. Oh boy, I got such plans for you too. So I need from Ilona another nature check to command an animal, which my brain for some reason goes, it's handle animal. What a jerk I am.
What? It's a handle animal.
I mean, yeah. What a schmagaggy.
That's a 23.
All right, yeah. Even though they have a slight bonus, they're falling behind, and Heron and Antigone are just like they're whipping the horses and they're looking at Rufa like, don't these nags go any faster? Come on, man.
Rufa
Alona's
just kind of
having
shakes his
a time
head.
of her life.
I really do hope that they do realize being faster is not always better, especially if there's some road hazards ahead.
Everyone, give me a perception check.
God damn it,
I was just
PJ!
waiting in case there's
I knew
road
this was
hazards.
gonna happen.
Rufus slowly pulls out a blue shell
Yeah.
in case there's hazards.
like this unusual chain of banana peels. All right. So, let's see here. Let's start with the two in the back. Actually, Sam, what was your perception check?
As she takes her drink from Woodward,
Mm-hmm.
I did just have to say that she takes oh, this is nice. Is this like aged in a bourbon barrel or something? And then
Oh, my backpack.
you're back. Oh, it's so unique.
Oh my
I
god,
love it. And she perceives at a 27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian, what's your perception check?
With a nat 20, I got a 28. So the two
We're
in
just
back are
back here, like
we should drink faster before we hit that pothole. it is the looks exchange of our cups.
good point.
So Sidney, what is Alona's perception check?
21, which pales in comparison.
Hey, apparently, Rufa, what was your perception check?
Not as high as everybody else, but still a respectable 18. But can I also say, as we're riding along, Rufa's also now taking a rope, tying himself to the wagon.
I love that. Like, just sitting there inventing the seatbelt in this fantasy world, going,
Yeah.
nope, up,
I
buckle up.
don't trust them all. Nope.
We all know it'd be called the Rufa belt.
The
The
Rufa
Rufa
belt.
belt.
He would not go beyond putting his own name in front of everything he invents from
Yeah.
here on out.
Rufa Industries or Rufaco.
Rufaco, I like it. So, Hera and Antigone are having a great time. Morel sees it. Everyone, apparently, except for the two drivers of Cart Treble, you see the road kind of like has this nice hill and then bottoms out and then evens. And at the speed you're going, it means your whole cart is going to just tip ass over tea kettle, and you're going to have a bad time. You have one action to try and stop your horses before this gets really bad.
I think we can make it.
Oh, and by the way, Ian, because you got the crit 20, I'll give you this.
Ooh.
You see off in the distance one unusual thing. Way off on the horizon, you see a bunch of clouds, but they don't match the same color as the clouds in the sky. And everyone also sees that this road and everything else is basically like, it's all campground. Like, you can basically stop whenever on this road path and just camp whenever you want to.
Can I ask one question about the clouds? By
Sure.
not matching the rest in the sky, and it's because we are in the middle of a fantasy game.
Yeah.
They're not like green or something, right? Like
No.
they're just maybe dark gray, like storm brewing clouds, not violet purple with like blue lightning or something.
Yeah, like if the rest of the clouds in the sky are white, there's this weird, less white kind of gray cloud building. And before I
Weird.
forget,
Okay.
everyone, welcome live Kylie Miller.
Yeah!
Hey!
Ah, so great to see you, Kylie. Well, here's where you entered Edge of Legend. Both carts are in a drag race. Apparently, you guys have two carts now. And for the funs and the giggles, Alona and Morel decided to have a race with Hera and Antigone. You are in the cart with Hera, Antigone, Rufa, and of course yourself. Meanwhile, Sam, Woodward, Morel, and Alona are in the other carts. They are way ahead of you. And give me a quick perception check. You've been here for all of 45 seconds. Welcome to the madness.
Oh, and our cart is called Cart Trouble.
That's an 18 for perception.
18 for perception.
Wow. We're killing it right now.
So the good thing is literally everyone, I rolled a die face 6 for Hera and Antigone. Literally everyone except the 2 drivers of Cart Trouble see that the road's design is going to make their carts bottom out and backflip. So everyone now has one action, including Carly, great to see you, has one action to try and stop their cart. Ian saw some unusual clouds in the distance. And I'll also add this. You also see what looks like a very unusual bit of movement past the campsite. Well, the ground that is campable in front of you.
Was wondering if Rufa could try to grab the reins and try to... Nyeh.
All right. Roll it now. Tell me later. Give me a nature check to handle an animal. Well, to command an animal. Sam, I saw your hand raised.
Ichi chugs the rest of her drink and kind of like sticks her head out the front and yells to the horses, "Hey!"
God.
Just like Rufa taught her.
I would say nature, but no. Give me a performance check on that one.
Okay, good.
Oh, God. Sidney, I see your hand prepped and ready. What's up?
Question.
Yes.
If we go faster,
Okay.
can
no.
we fly over it?
I had a feeling you would say that, and yes. I mean,
Yes.
I can't say it's going to be a happy landing, but you can certainly get some air.
Okay, because I just have a feeling Alona's a closeted adrenaline junkie. So
Oh my God. Yes, absolutely. So in this case, in order to speed up and hit this thing, I need you to do a nature check to speed up the horses. Ian, what are you doing?
Real quick, that performance check was 17.
All right, 1 second. Hold on to that. I'm going to make sure I get everyone's check, and I'll come back to you, Sam. Thank you so much. Ian. Uh-oh, that's a really good sound. Ian, what are you trying to do to stop this cart?
You know what? I don't know if I have anything to stop the cart, but with my I do have wild empathy, so I'm wondering if I can make a nature check to try to egg the horses on, so maybe they will go a little bit faster.
I will say yes, and in fact, I will also count that as giving aid to Ilona. So go ahead and roll that. And while you're doing that, Kylie, please, the voice of reason, you're in the cart trouble. What are you going to do to try and stop cart trouble?
After the night Shionavis had, I feel like she'd just like sit back and just watch this absolute madness and be like, well, they'll learn whether they want to or not. I'm clearly not going to die. Can't say anything for the rest of these people.
Okay.
So like, let them have some fun.
Okay, I need you to give me a 0 Fs roll. I need you to roll a d20, no bonuses, and tell me how many 0 Fs you give.
For real?
Yeah, why not? Let's
'Cause
do
I
this.
will.
I want to see what we get.
That's 11.
You give 11, no
11.
Fs. You're in the back just going, I don't care. Just don't kill me. Deuces. You don't give any Fs. You have 12 no Fs to give. You give 11. You have 1 no F. That is not at all. If I went to economy class in college, I would have failed with that sentence. But you give no Fs. Now, I need to know 2 numbers to turn this into the circus show is going to be, or hopefully no one dies. So, Ian, what was your roll?
I egg the horses on with a 16.
Okay.
With my nature check.
So, Sidney, that's going to give you a +1 to your roll. I need to know, Sidney, with that +1, what is your total roll? Critical.
Bow.
So what is that's the sound effect of the game. God, why are we doing this today? Sidney, with what's the total number? I want a big juicy number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do I still have aid from Morel? Do I still have a +2, or was that only for...
I'm going to allow the +2 to still be here because you're still doing the same action. He's been helping you do this entire time.
Incredible. So that is 31.
31. Okay. And oh dear God. Michael, what is your check to stop Hera and Antigone from trying to outrace Ilona?
Well, it's not as impressive as Sidney's natural 20, but I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay, a dirty 20. Okay, good. So, Michael, you are officially able to stop Hera and Antigone. However, we can role play this out in a minute. Ilona, as your adrenaline is pumping through your brain, as you are feeling a lighthearted excitement, the likes of which no rush has ever been close to up to this point in your life, you suddenly stand up in your seat and you're just whipping these horses to go faster. And so coming from the back, you have Woodward who's like, go faster! And the horses are just like, and they're just going for it. I need everyone to give me in cart Afra. Everyone give me a reflex save.
Why is music starting?
I have no
God.
idea. I didn't ask to play it. I'm confused too, but I like it.
It's our waltz out.
Are you playing that, Ian?
Not that I know of.
All right.
Although that doesn't mean I'm not by accident.
It's all good. I think our amazing TD is giving us some amazing inspirational music for this flying moment. Sidney, Sam, and Ian, what are your reflex saves?
17.
17. Sam, what you got?
24.
24. All right, Ian, what you got?
23.
23. So you're just, and you can still hear the background, the echoing insult of Rufa as he goes, maybe 10 years ago, and then all of a sudden your horses feel the whip of the leather, the wind rushing through their mane, the beautiful sun of the Adolfon continent, and then their hooves take flight. They reach into the air looking for ground and seeing nothing but sky, and they fly. The wheels rolling across the dirt road break from the hold of gravity. As Morale goes, no. Ilona's like, yeah. Sam's like, Ichipon's going, maybe. And there's Woodward going, ooch. And this thing takes off like an orca whale over the hand of Elijah Wood when he was but an 8-year-old boy in the 90s. It takes off with great majesty and inspiration. Meanwhile, you have Rufa, Hera, and Antigone Shionibus pulling with all their might. The horses have a panic attack to stop. They finally do. As dirt like digs in the ground and shoots up grass and sand, they stop in time to see 2 horses, 4 wheels, 4 heroes. Today, they're all birds. And slam! It bottoms out into the ground below. No one goes flying. Everyone is in tight. One of the wheel, hold on, I have to make a quick roll. A D4 roll. I'm sure you know what this is for. Okay, good. One wheel breaks and goes flying off the axle as the whole thing just bottoms out and starts kind of Odeyasu drifting and sliding through the mud. Not the mud, like the dirt. And the horses just kind of like have a hard time, but they get it. They get it and they stop. And Morel's in the car just going, that was the worst thing that has ever been that awesome in my life. I want to never do that again, and I want to also tell everyone about it. Afra, thank you for your blessings unto this, your humble child, and servant. God bless you.
Woodward walks back out of the back of the cart and says, "Woo!" and shoots produced flame off into the air.
Rufa, what's up?
Like, could we rewind just a little bit really quickly as they're up in the air?
Yeah.
Could Rufa yell out, "That's expensive! You break, you buy!"
I feel like that's being heard as the one wheel flies off the axle to the cart.
And then
You
Alona's
break, you
gonna
buy. Yeah, Alona.
Alona's gonna shout, "Woodward has mending!"
I love that. Don't pull me over. I got insurance. So, thankfully, cart trouble is the only cart not in any trouble. You go down the hill just fine, and you find your friends in cart Afra sitting there as their two horses are just kind of one wheel's just absconded. And yes, what do you do?
Rufa's gonna rush over and go, "Oh my, by the gods, by the ancestors, are you okay?" And rushes over to the horses.
Horses. There it is. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so you go to the horses. Give me a nature check to inspect the horses. No, your choice: nature or medicine to inspect the horses.
They're about the same, so I'll just do medicine.
Also, a note for chat: the song that Joe decided to play during that was called Pegasus.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
I got
Yeah.
I got a 16.
16. Okay. All right. So the 16. The horses are fine. They're scared, maybe a little bruised, but they're fine.
Rufa's like patting them down, giving them a couple sugar cubes. "Oh, Ricky, Fred, you going to be okay. Going to be okay. Oh, the bad old Alona, she won't harm you anymore. Don't worry. You won't be harmed by the bad old Alona again."
You see Morel leans over and he goes, I don't know what I need to do to make you do that again, but could you please do that again? That was bloody brilliant.
No.
No.
You will not scared Ricky and Fred again like that.
You see Morel, this grown 30-year-old, 6 foot something, like the Rock from like Armenia is kind of sitting there and he's like,
Do you have the money to care for the horses? Do you have the money to pay for a new wagon?
She's a healer. And he points to Alona. She's a healer. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, mate. We're good hands. Look. We have Adelphon all insurance. We are in good hands with Afra.
Rufus just has his hand kind of like on his hips, going, "Not again. No, never again, unless it's very, very important. Like we are in chase, dragon behind us, or something like that. Never again. You do not treat Red and Ricky like that. You good horsey. Good horsey."
I mean, by your own rules, Rufa, to be fair, we were being chased. You just happened to be in last.
It's my wife!
And Rufa Woodward goes over to pick up the wheel and walk back to the wagon.
So here on Edge of Sass, we love to have a good time. All right, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Do you guys want to continue traveling, or do you want to camp here while you mend your whip?
We might as well. I mean,
well, actually, can I roll a nature check to figure out which direction those clouds are headed?
Absolutely. Give me a survival check.
Survival check will work too. They're identical.
Mm-hmm.
21.
All right. So for clarification, do you want to see which way they are going or coming?
Yeah,
from?
I want to see if they're heading towards us or away from us. I guess.
Okay.
What I'm asking is actually identical to what you're saying. If they're coming from over there and heading towards us, I know which direction they're heading. So either one's
fair
fine.
enough. I just want to try and figure out what your design was. But I will say the 21. Yeah, you can definitely tell they're off in the distance, and they're not really heading towards you. They're just kind of heading up into the sky. But judging by the wind, there is a slight break up in your direction. It's just kind of coming up. And then there's a slight wind break, so it kind of goes up and angular up to the sky. But it's not really moving. It's just kind of.
Are they heading back towards Maythune?
No, just up from the horizon up into the sky, but it's definitely a very special. It's a
Wait,
type of
is it
cloud coming up
smoke?
from the ground.
It's smoke. I think it's smoke, guys. We gotta go. We have literally no time to camp. Something's on fire. Wait, hold
Oh.
on. I can replay all of that with Woodward's voice. Ian got excited.
Wait. Yeah, go ahead, Ian. So I was gonna say, did we set something on fire while I was gone?
No.
Or-
Not
No,
this
Just to
time.
clarify.
Not this
That's
time.
only when Sidney's
Not
gone.
this time.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Mom's here.
Woodward looks over the horizon and he sees this and he goes, "Oh shoot, guys! There's smoke! Look on the horizon, guys!" And he's like trying to put the wagon wheel back on, and he's trying to point to the clouds at the same time. He's kind of all over the place. Oh, come on! Look, anybody with eyes can see that's gotta be smoke. And starts
Well-
trying to put the wagon wheel on faster.
Iolenu did say that she hasn't heard from Bryak in a while, so yeah. What do you need, Woodward? Do you need aid to make this mending go faster? We really should get to Bryak as soon as possible.
I don't think aid actually helps with spells, unfortunately. Woodward, he just kind of he's like, it's a cantrip too, so it automatically works, right? And I can
Okay.
deal 1d8 of healing towards the object. Woodward kind of pushes everybody back and goes, stand back, hold on, let me get this wheel fixed. Everybody else who's not here, get in the wagon.
Really fast. I need everyone else make a survival check. I'll be right back while you roll that. I'll come back to 5 of those.
What did he say? Make a what check?
Survival.
Survival.
Okay.
So we went from really awesome cart chase to a town's on fire.
Hold up. Someone real quick, catch me up to speed. What in
Okay.
the world is going on?
While you guys roll, I will have a rundown. Ichi and Woodward had a great time. We did absolutely nothing wrong. What was that amazing?
Where did that
what was
sound
noise?
come
Yeah,
from?
I think
That was
somebody-
Mahooch.
Oh,
That was- so
Mahooch.
it's subbed.
Gifted.
Oh,
Oh, awesome.
Yay. Thank you.
Thanks, Mahooch. You do
Mahooch.
bestest.
Oh, you know what that also alerted me to? The actual rules of the mending spell. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Atom generator.
But yes, so what
much
you
better.
walked into was we were just leaving, but then we decided to get all fast and furious in our carts for funsies.
They did.
It was fun. It's the first time Alona's ever driven a cart, and she got some really good practice in, y'all.
We made the jump.
We did.
Got skills.
Oh yeah. By
Yeah.
the way, our horses are named Lucy, Ethel, Fred, and Ricky, and they're all female.
Ricky
Yeah.
Bobby?
Well,
More
Sure.
like I love Lucy, but
Yeah.
More or less.
What's the horse's name from the little horse that dies? The mini horse.
oh,
From-
little
Sebastian, little Sebastian.
Little
Little
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
We need a little Sebastian.
We're gonna have-
That's the
by the
only-
end of this game, we'll have an entire herd.
Yeah,
horses.
party goal.
So how did we get a second cart? Did we just buy one?
Iolenu helped
Mhm.
us out since we're going on this mission
Sweet.
to find Tobias.
Told you, Ian. I knew it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I also just read that Mahooch is gifted 3 subs to this channel.
Oh, wow.
Three.
So, like, this is the 3rd, so thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Mahooch.
much.
Awesome.
You.
Honestly.
So much. It means a lot
Fantastic.
to us. I really do appreciate that.
And Atom
Yeah.
Generator told me all the rules, so I don't have to try to look it up to a spell that I cast every 9 episodes.
Thank you very much. That'll keep all of us being accurate, and that's definitely appreciated. So really fast, I need everyone's survival checks that I asked before I left.
16.
All right, so that's a 16 from Michael. And Sidney, what was yours?
18.
18. And Sam, what was yours?
I also got a 16.
16. Ian, what was yours?
I was not asked to do one. I was doing the mending check.
That's right, it was everyone else. Okay. And Kylie, what was yours?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Lovely. Okay. Kylie, as Shionibus looks at the smoke coming over the horizon, you are able to from your years of being a ranger, from your thousands of years of life, you're able to look at the sky and you know exactly what kind of cloud of smoke that is. That was a smoke fire. It's now a rubble smoke. Whatever was there, the fire is no longer there, but there's still some sort of rubble causing a great upheaval. However, as you're all looking at the smoke and having this panic, and Shinomis realizes that smoke is from something that already happened a while ago. You suddenly hear
All of us?
mm-hmm.
You guys hear that?
Where's it
Rufa
coming from?
uncoils his whip. Who dad?
You just hear
Woodward finishes with the wheel, and I guess I'll make a perception check to try to figure out which direction it's coming from.
all right. Go right ahead, make a perception check. Anyone else want to make a perception check or any other check at this time?
Yes,
I
I
will.
shall.
All right. Looks like everyone is rolling.
I got a 17.
17 from Ian.
I got a 19.
19 from Michael. Nicely done.
25. Oh.
25 Sidney. Sam, what was that?
14.
Okay.
And I got a 16.
Okay.
Oh, and PJ, with
Mhm.
my, I was wondering also with the roll, could I also use this as my my still remaining one pursuit of the lead?
Your second pursuit of the lead. If you
Yeah.
want to, you can.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So factoring that into the case, you all look around, trying to figure out what this Sidney. Ilona immediately looks down the road and you see kind of stumbling out of the woods what appears to be a young boy, blood kind of coming from his head, very, very dirty. You see him just vacant stare as he stumbles up to you. Just make a medicine check.
Oh. 18.
As you look into his eyes, you see they're completely dilated. As you look into his cheeks and lips, you can see the coloration is off. You can tell that he is exhausted. He's probably been walking for at least a day straight. He's dehydrated. He has probably not eaten in that amount of time. The blood pouring down his face is coming from an open wound. However, it does not seem to be affecting his health. He is bloody. He is dirty. He is starving. He is thirsty. And he seems to be moving on pure will. And he looks to be about 8, maybe 9 years old. And he's just kind of stumbling into where you guys are fixing your caravan. Just
Okay. Rufa, do you have any dry goods or dry food that you can get? Who has a water skin? I'm going to start I'm going to do a medicine check to start healing his I'm going to get the water. I'm going to take his hand and say, "Hi, my name's Ilona. I'm going to do a few things. Let me know if they make you uncomfortable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this water. I'm going to clear the dirt out of your wound. I'm also going to clear the blood off of your face. Please squeeze my hand once if that's a yes, twice if that's a no, if I cannot touch you."
he grabs your hand and it's very faint. Like you can feel the warmth of his small little pudgy fingers wrap around your finger, but there's like no grip there. And he just kind of takes it absentmindedly and just kind of continues to walk these little shuffle steps.
Okay. I'm going to get Morel down on one knee, and I'm going to sit the boy onto Morel's knee. Can I do the medicine check now?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
While she's doing that, Rufa goes to get the stuff that she requested, as well as a small piece of candy.
All right. I will allow it. Excellent.
That's a 19.
19. Okay. You're doing everything. You're checking in. You're checking the lymph nodes and throat. You're checking the eyes. You're checking the cheeks. You're checking everything. The materials come in. You give him water. He drinks it absentmindedly. Almost downs the entire thing you give him. He's eating snacks. You're addressing the wounds. You kind of have this nice little bandage going around his head. Not too tight at this point. It's kind of like it's not a deep cut, but it's a cut. And candy. The minute he eats the candy, you can kind of see his eyes go. Hello. Hi.
Hi. My name's Alona. What's your name?
I don't want to say.
That's okay. You don't have to have a name if you don't want to have a name.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Well, how about I call you Joey? Is that okay for now?
Joey?
Mm-hmm.
Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like we.
It does, doesn't it?
It
So
sounds
Joe-
happy.
It is a happy name, Joey. It's a very happy name. And I'm very happy that we found you. Do you remember where you came from?
No.
Okay. Well, the good news is that you found us, which is amazing because we're all going to be your friends. Now, since you don't seem to remember much, which is totally okay, would you like to join us on our journey? We're probably going to go back from where you came from. Is that okay?
You put him on Merle's knee, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you say that, he looks confused. He looks very scared. And then he just kind of turns his whole head into Morel's chest and shoulder and just kind of covers his face. He doesn't say anything. He's just kind of like, Morel just kind of looks at you and puts one of his big hands on the kid's head and gently just kind of pats him. And he's like, I think we've done all we can do here. Isn't that right, Joey? You feeling better, mate? You feeling better, man? And the little kid just kind of like nods, yeah, but his head's not leaving Morel's chest. And he goes, if we're going to go to check on that smoke, we should probably leave a carriage or just take one, whatever you want to do. But someone should be here with Joey. Yes, Michael.
Yes, Rufa is gonna just say yes, boy. You're with friends, you are with friends, but in the same time, this is now out of character. Could Rufa also kind of just scan his injuries, basically kind of just mind palace him, like noticing the dirt, blood, that kind of stuff?
Yes, but for clarification, so make sure you're doing the right role. Are you looking for medicine, like specifically about his anatomy? Or are you looking for clues?
Clues.
Perception check.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll it.
In that case, Morel, would you mind staying behind to look after Joey while we go into town?
Sure. Listen, I probably shouldn't be watching him alone. If something made this poor child like this, they may be looking for him, maybe not. I don't know. If we should ask Karen and Tiffany if they don't mind sticking around too.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Our numbers.
Well, between the three of us, we'll protect him from, well, just Megaw and everything else. I don't think anyone's getting to the boy. Michael.
Well, for the perception, I got a 21, and I also want to use my ability of pointed question with him.
Okay, so you're going to ask him a question and have a role play to learn more?
Basically, I ask a question that charms or needles someone in just the right way, and a non-allied creature that you can see, and attempt a diplomacy check against the creature's will DC, which means if I get a critical success, they must directly answer my question. A success, I get a +2 to circumstance bonus.
Sure. Now, I will say before you engage with this act, you are aware he has on multiple occasions said he doesn't even remember his name.
Yes, I just want to make sure he's not lying or anything.
All right, so instead of that, what I will allow is a perception check to kind of, the original one, to kind of read him.
Yeah.
Right. So the 21 I'll allow for both reading him and for looking for clues, since you're going to be looking his demeanor and his body up and down. Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So you look him up and down, your eyes begin to scan for clues, and your mind palace starts to open up, and you start seeing all these books as you're mentally kind of putting notes away and putting them into this lovely filing. You're seeing fingers grown dirty, dirt going from the fingers back to, of course, the mid knuckle. This shows that he's been digging through dirt, digging up the hill. He's been clawing, climbing. He's been moving for a while. Knees are dirty, soaked through the pants, shoes muddy up to the ankle bone beyond. He's been moving for a while. Because of the dryness of the dirt in the base of his shoes, you can tell he's been moving for at least one solid day. Looking at the look in his eyes, the heavy lines and the discoloration shows he's not slept in at least one day. He's probably very tired. Judging by the dilation of the eyes, he has a low sugar problem as well as dehydration. Both have already been taken care of. The boy will probably pass out and sleep in about 3 hours and will sleep all night. No problems there. The damage done to the frontal part of his skull, as well as potentially those of the nervous system, will have a numbing effect here up, showing that emotion will be hard to convey from the eyebrows forward, potentially resulting in memory loss as well as personality shift. You're just reading him up and down, and you're seeing everything that this boy has gone through in a day. However, all you can tell is he's been clamoring and moving and clawing and walking for 1 day straight. No food, no water, no sleep. So you can guess that wherever he moved from, it was 1 day's journey approximately from this location.
Okay.
At the time, of course, from the mud on his shoes and his clothes.
Yeah. My question is basically going to be, lad, are you sure you do not remember anything at all?
He shakes his head at you and then hides again in Morel's chest.
All right. Then Rufus going to look over at Morel and says, go inside, get some blankets, make a bed. Boy will pass out.
Morel just kind of like pats the kid in the back, and he gets off the knee and kind of shoulders him. The kid kind of puts his head against Morel's shoulder and neck and hugs him. And Morel says, hey, little man, do you want to hear a story? Do you want to hear a story about the time do you want to hear a story about a dog? Yeah, it's about a dog. His name is Rufus. His name is Rufus. He's a good dog. And Morel takes the baby off. And you can hear his loud voice going, Rufus was a great dog. He had a very funny collar. And he just takes this boy away. And then you can hear the boy sniggle and, giggle and chirp. Hera and Antigone. Antigone's just kind of sitting there going, oh, that's not a cat. I don't know how to take care of it. And Hera's just kind of like, he's so adorable, though. Like, Hera's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. And so the three NPCs, they're taking care of the boy. They're cooking food. They're getting a blanket ready for him. They're all telling stories and singing songs.
Rufus is going to turn over to the rest of the party and just like puts his hand on his chin again. All right. The boy, for the look of things, been traveling all night. 1 day's travel at the very least. Dirt on fingers. He's been climbing up a steep hill. Yes. From where he was traveling, Rufus suggests perhaps attempt to follow his path. Boy like that probably made a pretty clear trail.
Are we going to go with carriage or are we going to go on foot? I would assume with carriage because if he's been walking for a day, we're going to need to double our time if we're going to figure
True.
things out if we don't want to split the party
We-
too much.
With carriage, but half speed, so we could follow the trail. We'll take Lucy and Ethel with us. We'll leave the other cart with Fred and Ricky with Morel and the sister, the Morel, Hera, and Antigone and the boy.
So,
I guess.
how do you guys feel about moving forward? You good?
Mhm.
All right. So I can confirm you guys are taking. Check my notes here. Lucy and Ethel, is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
Team Trouble.
Team Treble, the one that didn't bottom out over the giant
Yeah.
hill. So as you're leaving, the kid is already in amazing spirits. He's having some soup. A fire is being made. He's got a blanket wrapped around him. Hera is doing a really bad job of singing songs, but with great exuberance. And Antigone has pretty much become Aunt Auntie. And she both loves it and hates it. She's like, okay, kid, all right, you don't have to call me that, for like the next hour or so. It's like, whatever, I don't care. And Morel is just like, he can't go anywhere without the boy like shuffling a little closer to Morel. And Morel's like, I got to go to the loo. What is that? When you, Hera, could you please hold on to the boy? And she's like, yeah, of course, yeah. So she holds on to the boy, and he seems like squirm a little, like, I'm gonna get out. And Morel goes off. So anyway, you're now going, Lucy and Ethel. You're drawing the cart. If you want to, we can have a campfire moment as you leave, or we can just warp right to fast forward a little bit. What do you guys choose to do?
Can I do one thing? I want to use one of my actions for my friend Mush to take the scent of the boy. He has imprecise scent for 30 feet, so it's not going to be an exact trail, but if we ever get off course, we may be able to use him to get back on it.
All right. Joey calls him Funny Fuzzy, and he and
Perfect.
Funny Fuzzy become great friends. As I'm going to allow you to full 10 because Joey loves Funny Fuzzy, and Funny Fuzzy just gets full on Joey scent. This will give you a +2 on survival checks to track where Joey's been.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
So I guess I'm ready to take off down the road
Same.
or the path.
All right.
Mhm.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Let's do it. So that is where we're going to take a 5-minute break. Everyone, please go ahead, use the bathroom, and I will make this promise to you, the Legenders, right now in the chat. I will not do anything to bore Joey. Little Joey will be fine for now. So that being said, we're going to come back. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Until then, by the way, before we go, we have another poll up. We had a 3-way tie last week to see who would become a real canonical NPC that you guys helped us build at the table on Tuesday afternoons. So while we're taking this break, please go ahead and vote. The poll is there. I double checked with Joe or TD. I didn't screw it up this time. So go ahead and vote for which NPC you want to see become a real world character. We're going to announce at the very end of the show which NPC becomes a real character in Edge of Legend. Till then, we'll be back in 5 minutes. See you then. Hey, you doing good? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, so we left off, and thank you for that 5-minute break. Where we last left off, we had two horses called Fast and Furious, and they did an Odeyasu drift. One of these days, we'll go to Odeyasu, and all these stupid puns will make sense. But until then, Inside Joke Theater, they drifted, they survived, and they ran into a little kid, now named Joey by Ilona, who started doing some medicine on the boy. The boy's okay. He is now with Morel, Hera, and Auntie Auntie, as she lovingly hates being called. And now the intrepid heroes, the legends themselves, are taking their cart and going at a very quiet and half pace in the direction that little Joey came from, which just so happens to be the direction that the smoke rebel is coming from. Now, fast forward. It is the end of night. Pitch black. The crickets are chirping. Dew is starting to form, and getting silly ideas, and you know that your little boy Joey is safe with 3 very beefy badasses by the fireplace. Say that 5 times fast. You get to a city sign. The sign, little signpost, knocked in with a hammer, little wooden angles carved and cut to show pathways, says Bryax, and it points down the road. I need everyone to give me perception checks.
Nat 20.
Whoa, that's 3 tonight.
Ooh, and the queen comes in swinging.
Hey!
17.
17 from Michael.
I got a 13.
13 from Ian.
14.
14, what was that, Sam?
18.
18, perfect. Okay, so obviously, Shonibus sees it first. As you get to the city of Bryax, everyone else kind of sees it a little bit later. Shonibus, looking through the night air, you see posted outside of Bryax, frustrated, kind of really don't want to be there, a patrol of orcs outside the city. Back to the city, weapons in chest, facing out, as if they are trying to protect the city of Bryax, and they do not seem happy at all.
Oh, who's driving the cart?
That's a very good question. Who's driving this bad boy?
Me.
Okay, who's going to argue with her? Because
Sweet.
I'm on board for this. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she got us over a sick jump. So
That hang though, that sweet hang.
So Shonibus is going to kind of crawl through the little, I guess, window they have, if there is a window, I don't know, to the front, and kind of puts her hand on Alona's shoulder and like leans in and whispers and be like, "Hey, slow down a little. Stay in the darkness." And she's going to jump out of the carriage and like
Okay.
wipe some dirt on her. She's gonna take her scimitar out and like cut like the palm of her hand and kind of like smear blood on her
Mm-hmm.
and approach the orcs.
Give me a deception check. With a plus
Deception
one
not
because
performance?
you really went through all that. Give me a plus. I'll give a
Yeah.
plus one.
Ooh. We're gonna use a hero point. Why not?
Yeah, everyone
Why
gets
not?
one to start.
That's better. That's better. That's an 18.
18. Cool.
Ooh.
The reason I had this kind of weird Nathan Fillion, because I was going to say this, and I think I can say it now. Sidney, you get 1 hero point for crashing your ride.
Thanks.
So just because that was an awesome race, you guys. I got it. You know what? Everyone gets a hero point for that awesome race. Go ahead and take it. You might need it. So, Shonibus, so you come up and you're in. What do you say to the orcs?
She's gonna like hold her like her ribs, and like she just got beaten up pretty badly, and kind of like limp to them, like, "Hey," in Orcish, "Hey, is there somewhere I can stay or something? I've been traveling for a really, really long time."
The 2 orcs look at you, and one of them kind of like begrudgingly like raises out a hand. The other one puts an arm on his chest, and he looks to you, and he says, "Kuva Thorka." And in Orcish, he's saying, "You're speaking Orc?"
Yeah, extracurricular in school, whatnot. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Give me another deception check.
That's a 9.
Hero point.
I mean, it did. The deception check did follow up. I thought it would be cool. I feel like a 9 is
That's
probably
true.
on brand.
Yeah.
Right?
So are you going to use your other hero point, or are you just
Nope.
going to let it? Okay, laying
We're
that
just
9
rolling with
flat.
it.
So the other orc keeps his hand on the other orc's chest, reaches to his hip, kind of hefts out a hand axe, kind of lays it low, and walks forward to you a little bit. And he's eyeballing you. He's reading your body. Krovach Zebeler.
Oh, jeez. I don't.
Was. He kind of gestures and smacks his buddy. Was. Krovach Zebeler.
It's been a really long time since I very few words. I just need somewhere to stay.
So in Orcish, he's saying basically, are you with Zebel?
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Give me one more deception check.
17.
The orc, with his hand on his friend, you see his fingers dancing as they grip and twist the wood haft of his axe. And he looks at you and he goes, Kovat Sebel, yeah? Keinen. And then he's like, she's with Zebel. Of course she is. And then the other orc's like he just goes, keinen was Zebel? Is like this. Yeah, and he goes, nah. And so the other orc just walks up to you, and then in this horrible common, he goes, Karim, town guarding with orc protect Karim city with orc protect Zebul. You're with you friend enter you food.
Yes, I would like food. Yeah, I also have a cart that I didn't want to come up here and scare you all, says in Orcish, as broken up as possible.
To really sell that you're not good at it. Yeah. So they buy it and they just kind of look to each other and they go, Kos Elwin mit. Go. And then with that, he just books it. Other orcs pop up suddenly. They're armed to the teeth with weapons. And he said, yeah, the elf has friends. Make sure they get in safely. And so they come back out and they're like, huh. And then the orc kind of just is like, oh. We city guard protect. You city, we protect. And he looks at you like, is any of this making sense?
She's going to smile, blank look on her face.
He immediately just drops his and give me a perception check.
Oh, 17.
17. He just kind of sighs, and you can hear him on his breath just say, Dark Elwin. It basically effing elves.
she's still gonna just like smile and just like, but in the back of her mind, she's like, I swear if I see this guy again, he ain't making it out of the city alive.
To commit the face to memory, this one orc, you can tell he's a Black Spear tribe orc because he has really thick black hair, kind of pulled back into a ponytail. He wears kind of the mud of the ground in this kind of battle paint that he's got across his face. He has one piercing on his lip and one piercing on his eyebrow, which you can tell is actually done with a piece of fang from an animal. He's probably just moved right through it. And to which he just kind of tells the other orcs, like, basically an orc is get her friends, get the cart, make sure they get in the city, protect them, and just make sure they get safe and get the hell out. Well, he doesn't say hell because orcs have no concept of hell, but he's like, just get in there. And he does say this. He does say, basically, he says, Sam. And you know, that's like, well, so Sam's complicated. Basically, it means retreat. That's the strict definition of the word, a retreat. However, the social connotations is an absolute failure. And it's not really put into terms of an action. It's more colloquially used for a human being. That human being is a retreat. They're an object failure. And so he's kind of like saying, don't fail me, you failures, or else like it's going to be bad times.
She is going to just all of a sudden be very grateful, still like holding the side of her rib and just like bat her eyelashes and be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And like really playing it on when she's like, I'm going to kill this guy one day.
Do you go back to the gang and bring them all in, or do you make a...
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So, yes, Sidney.
Should we all also look like we've been beat up, or are we good?
Shionibus would probably bring back like mud with her and then be like, hold still as she's still like bleeding from her hand and just like smear.
Swell.
Looks like y'all got roughed up.
Sweet. Okay. We look rough.
All right.
Instead of letting her smear a bunch of mud on his face, Rufus is gonna there you go. There you go. That's fine.
I love that. Rufus like, we don't want to go too heavy with our makeup. We want to be classy gentlemen. Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
That reminds me of an Eddie Izzard routine.
Yeah.
I would have joined the army, but the makeup was a little slapdash. It's awesome.
That's the
Anyway.
military. All tactical, no style. Am I right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Marines and their dress blues, crisp. Anyway, moving on. So you guys are moving through. You're hearing these orcs kind of whisper and chuckle under their breath as they kind of let you go in. Shionibus, you can hear the orcs are saying things like, hey, how far can you throw that gnome? I don't know. 30, 40 hands? Oh, no, 60 hands. I'm stronger than you. Oh, you want to prove it? Yeah, you get the gnome. I'll prove it. Hey, what do you think of the fancy pants guy? He has the fanciest pants. I love those pants, right? Really good. And they're just talking like really weird smack. It's not at all like threatening. It's just basically bored guards outside of the city just entertaining themselves with basically talking down about you.
Ichi speaks orc.
Yes! Love it when that happens.
She's just walking by. She's gonna be like, yeah, they're really fancy pants. She just keep walking. Don't look at her.
That sells us even more.
The orcs are like, Sama. It's like, I'm a failure. They heard me. They're just totally living in that regret. So, you get into the town. Yes.
Woodward makes a 21 deception roll to stare at the orcs like he knew what they said too.
After Ichipon says her
Yeah,
thing?
exactly.
All right, 21. What do you say?
I think Woodward just looks him straight in the eyes and goes, "Hey now," and he just keeps walking. Just gives a good old, "Hey now."
The orcs eyeball you and they're like like in mid buck, like, are you challenging me? And then like the other orc who's been on Shionabis's crap list just kind of goes, sigh, sigh, sigh. And they let you in. So you now are in the city of Bryx. I need everyone to roll for me. What are the following? We have 4 rolls that I need you all to make. I need a perception check, and you can decide who's doing what. A perception check, a society check, a religion check, and a secondary perception check.
I call religion.
It's
Okay.
on society.
I'll
Okay.
do a perception. What was
I could do
Possible.
either society or perception. They're both the same for me.
Okay. I need 2 perception checks. So let's just say perception 1 and perception 2. Who wants to roll perception 1? Sam? Okay, Sam's got perception 1. Rufa / Michael, do you want to roll society as well, or perception 1 or perception 2?
I think Kylie wanted to do perception, right?
What
No,
Society.
she
if
said
your
society.
society is higher? Then I'd say you do it, and then I can take perception.
My society and perception is the same.
Okay.
But I have pretty high. They're
it's-
pretty high though.
Okay. Then whatever, whichever works.
Okay, I'll do society then.
Okay.
And this counts as part of my cases that I took earlier, right?
Which one?
The one that I took on the child.
Oh, and
The
Joey.
fire, the smoke. I mean,
I think. I mean, it's a moot point because I think really it goes back to your first one, which is the Green War.
mhm. Oh, okay. Then yes.
Either way, it applies. So you get the +1.
One day I'm going to make a video where I edit together all of us whispering into our mics doing math. Just kidding. Just because we all
Supercut.
sit there, we're like, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Look, it's just Pathfinder ASMR. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
there it
"Hello,
is.
Welcome to Edge of Legend. Today I'm going to be doing simple algebra with dice. Okay, that's a 12. My bonus is a 9. That means it's a 21.
Trouble adding 8s.
If only
Uh,
we could do math that fast.
Oh, so yeah.
I don't know what to say to that. Right. So let's get those checks, shall we? Okay. So
Yeah.
Sidney got a 22 for religion. Hoorah. Okay. Sam, what you get?
a 17 perception?
17 for perception 1, correct? The roll perception 1.
Yes.
Okay. Shionabis, what'd you get there, Kylie?
16 for perception 2.
16 perception 2. Loving it. Rufa, what'd you get for society?
26.
God bless. God bless.
Yeah. Skill monkey.
And Ian, what did you roll?
I didn't have a check. There was
don't-
checks for everyone but me.
Do you want to
Well-
roll to help anyone or anything at all?
Oh, yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a dig. That was the fact that you said this is the checks and everyone's better at everything else. So I just let them do it.
Hey,
Um,
no one's better at brewing alcohol.
That's true. And I'm happy I didn't roll this for a hooch bottle. I got a 16.
16. Okay, 16 to do what? Perception,
Perception.
religion,
Yeah,
perception.
that's the only thing I'm good at. Oh,
Wonder-
Woodward religion.
wonder-
It's funny.
I don't know. I'm still holding out hope that you're going to choose between Nadir or Shog. That's just me holding out hope. So, perception 1 or perception 2? Who are you giving that +1 to?
Well, 2.
Okay. All right. Great. So, I'm going to compare these against the DCs of these checks that I loaded in advanced. I mean, what? I don't make this up on the spot. What are you talking about, PJ? Shut up. Shush.
Oh, PJ.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Would this count as part of my streetwise feat that I got in my background?
No.
Okay.
No. All right. So, first one out the gate. Let's go with Sam. As you enter the city of Bryx, this smacks you in the face right away. All of you, no checks needed. As you enter the city, this city is in destruction. Buildings, houses, walls, the well of the city has just been demolished. You see what hasn't been demolished bears the deep furrowed gashes of axes, the deep breaking strikes of hammers, and even the frustrated cracks of orc fists dimpling stone and cracking wood throughout the city. As you continue through, Sam, you're noting as you're walking around, there are a plethora of orcs in this city. There's hundreds. None of them are staying in the houses here. They have tents and makeshift bedrolls and makeshift war tents and camping grounds all over the city. They have come in, they've destroyed everything. They refuse to sleep in any house, no ceilings above their head. And in the far back right center of the city, there's this massive tent, huge, stands out amongst all the others. And you can see this, like the tent flap flies open as this large orc, young-faced but large orc. He's got kind of a side shave going on. His black hair on top has been kind of knotted and braided, and it kind of comes back into a ponytail. He's got a whole bunch of necklaces coming down his neck filled with things like teeth and ears and paws, trophies. Some are animal. 2 of those ears are definitely elf ears. And as he's breaking out of the tent, he's just looking at this paper and he's just slamming it up and he's throwing it away. And you can just hear him shout as he's pointing to 2 other orcs. Dach, Ganarokarokos, Salmfisai Mongon Ka, as he's just swearing and shouting in Orcish. And he's just pointing to 2 and he's just saying, he's just, sit, Kuvo, nah, and they just start moving and running. And he looks friggin' furious. Do you try to tell? Wait, no, you speak Orcish. Ha! All right. So as he says, "Dak ganarakorokos samfisaimongon ka." You know what he's saying in Orcish is F word to General Korokos. I will not let him make me a failure.
I will walk up to Shionibus and say, are you sure it's a good idea to be here? And I'll relay what I heard and also mention, and also he was wearing trophies here, people.
No, I don't particularly think it's a good idea to be here, but it's kind of in too deep at this point. And she's just going to casually put her hair in front of her ears to hide them and then like elbow Alona and like kind of fix her own hair to signal, be like, hey.
Alona's gonna just flick her hood up. It's like, okay.
So with that, next we're going to go to the other perception check. Kylie, the second that you get that tap and you proceed to try and hide your ears from the orcs in this camp, you notice there appears to be way deep in the city, kind of like doing that kind of, I hate to say the Soviet squat, but he's just like deep squatting in the street. He's got a book open and he's just and you see this orc reading this book. He's wearing this really ornate red robe, reading this book. And he's just kind of like rolling his eyes as he reads it. That being said, the society check. Rufa, you're looking all over the city. this beaten up, dilapidated, destroyed city, detritus everywhere. You realize something. While you are seeing signs of violence, you see no signs of struggle. You see nothing in the city that would suggest violence in the street, destruction of human life. You see nothing that would suggest anything happened against someone's will.
Rufa's going to kind of lean over to Alona and just kind of whispers, "Strange. Seems to be no source of struggle, as if occupying. Strange. Odd."
Immediately, Alona's first thought goes to the griffin that they saw last episode. The magic caster on the back.
Ilona, religion check. Which, by the way, you and Rufa like smoked your checks. It was insane. As you guys are looking through this city that is somehow gray, even in the pitch black of night, you look around and you suddenly see something gravely significant that grabs your attention. You see what appears to be this large kind of wooden plaque with a raised wooden platform. Getting a better look at it, you can see that on the wooden plaque is a green circle with great pains to make fingerprints or claw marks drag through the green circle. You see Orcish writing all over this, and you see what appears to be this large kind of wooden workstation. You know for a fact there's incense for burning. You can see little bits of sacrifice, little bits and pieces left there. And you can see there's kind of this weird smudge stain all over this wooden table. And you suddenly realize this is an altar to Gorm, the father of scars, the god of the orcs.
She's going to turn to Rufa and she's going to point out the workstation, and she is going to say, well, that would probably be why. Quick question. Did Ilona also see the young man with the lots of necklaces throw the crumpled piece of paper?
In reference to Ilona?
Yeah, did she see that?
She did not.
She did not see
that. No.
Cool. Someone should get the piece of paper. But so I'm going to try to get as far away from that station as humanly possible. And keep a lookout for the person that I saw on the back of that griffin.
While you do that, I need you to roll for me an Arcana check.
Okay, math. 25.
25. So you look at this altar to Gorm. You don't read Orcish, right?
No,
All
I
right.
don't.
So you see the altar to Gorm, and as you kind of turn away, you sense this very unusual presence by the altar of Gorm. You see this kind of familiar aura, and you're like, wait a minute. That's magic. And looking, you're like, I know what kind of magic that is. You see 2 magical items at the altar to Gorm. You find at the altar to Gorm 2 items. 1, what appears to be a kind of rolled up green blanket. And when you put your fingers on it, what looks like just sheer green felt immediately feels like blades of grass at your fingertips. Looks like a blanket made of grass, but rolled up like fabric, even though grass wouldn't function like this. And it's a pretty big roll of it. And you also see this axe, this giant axe laid down in front of the altar. And right by the head of the axe is this giant ornate skull, embedded, embossed with beautiful colors and features all over it. Do you take the magical items from the altar of Gorm?
Oh no. That's an evil laugh, PJ.
Look, it's just how I laugh sometimes. You don't know me.
Oh, son of a beach nut. Let's see. Ooh, what's my deception? +3. Wait, no. What would I need for that? I would need stealth. 0.
Look, I'm not. I mean, it's there if you want it.
I will aid you in stealth.
Okay. You know what? Alona is learning to live large today. Okay. Is the guy is this in plain sight? Is this literally in plain sight?
It is. So the altar is kind of down an alleyway up against the side of the wall. It's in plain sight in that there's nothing protecting you, but it's not obvious. They'd have to basically get to the building that's destroyed and look down the alley to see you. So you have cover. Partial cover, but cover.
So if I get this right, Alona's looking at stealing these objects, and Shionibus goes and just stands in front of her. I'll aid you, just like take them.
You got this.
Yeah.
All right, Alona. Even if I choose thievery, it's a 0. All right, Alona has 2 hero points, so we're gonna do it.
All right. Let's get dicey. Roll for me. What do you want?
I want the skull.
All right. You want the axe with the skull on it?
Yep.
All right, roll it.
Hero points.
Is that
Roll it
including my
like a-
aid?
That is including your aid.
Oh.
That is. Yep. I used so many good rolls already.
Look, you use them for not dying in a car race, so I'll take that victory.
That's true. Hero points.
Oh no.
Wow.
Just one of those days, y'all. Just one of them days.
What did I miss?
I'm
Our
trying to
local,
decisions.
our local rogue Alona is trying to take something.
You know, the rogue cloister cleric. Well, what's that? She's not a rogue cloister cleric. She's just a cloister cleric. Of what god? And what's her dex stat? I believe in you. I believe in you.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay.
How much is aid?
+1 in this case, unless you rolled a critical, be a +2.
Oh, I didn't roll. I forgot. Hold on. That's an 11.
Okay,
So
so
lucky.
I'll be generous and still give you the +1 on that.
Cool.
Shionibus was only offering emotional aid, not actually helping.
It's a 16.
16. Okay. So you grab the axe, you pick it up, kind of hold it close by, and you're making sure no one sees you. And you see all the orcs that would be looking at you are either reading a book, taking a squat. I mean, squatting in the road, not taking a squat. Those are 2 different things. They're squatting in the road, or they're being yelled at by the other orc as he's furiously storming out of the tent. You grab the axe. No one sees you. Maybe you can get both items. You want to try it for number 2?
I don't have another hero.
Point.
Maybe the DC is really low. No one's paying attention.
Fine.
That's what's
I
up.
hate that I'm rubbing off on you.
Look, you're all Ilona's bad influence. Ilona needs it. She's been stuck in a school for too long.
Listen, Alona's point of view is that these people were clearly manipulated using the force of a god. That's not okay in anyone's mind, anywhere. So she's going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this will never happen again. Therefore, she's going to take these items. All right.
I'm still eating, by the way.
I figured Ilona was like, I already jumped a cart.
I'm
Alona's
basically a
crazy
god.
day.
I hit my mountaintop. So, Ilona, what's that roll? I didn't hear you. What was that? I'm not being facetious. I honestly didn't hear you.
Okay, it's an 11. It's an 11.
Okay. What was your roll, Kylie?
19.
Okay. So you grab the axe and you're like, you grit a hole, the green stuff, you put in your arms. Every orc in the town is just being shouted at by this one orc who's just like yelling at them. The minute anyone like gets up in his face, he decks him in the face and then swears at them on the ground. And the orcs are like, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I overstepped. You're right. And then they just kind of get up and go. And the guy just kind of like bucks at all of them. You walk off with a +1 great axe. That's +1 to damage, and I believe some other bonuses on the hurt side, +1 hit, and I believe some other bonuses on the hurt side of that. And also a unique Edge of Legend only magical item. I might not be the only one that made this up, but this is me. You got the Patch of Land, the Grass Edition. The Patch of Land is a 10 by 10 blanket that can be extended or folded in any way whatsoever. When that land is placed down, that land where that blanket is placed becomes, for all intents and purposes, that terrain. Let's say you're a druid on the go and you don't like cities. Well, if you want a little slice of home, throw down a Patch of Land, Grass Edition. You'll feel right at rain like you're in the forest. Also comes in hard rock, sand, muddy swamps, and of course, dragon scales. Because everyone's a little extra in Edge of Legend. So go ahead.
Are these like sold on the QVC or something?
Well, welcome to Magical Item QVC. Today we got a patch of grass. You put it down, patch of grass, sells for $40. Hope you like it. I'll be here for 13 hours.
I love it. Oh my god.
So
I really
Alona wants to give the patch of grass to Woodwort, the druid.
I, as a 4-foot tall gnome, definitely want to take the 10-foot by 10-foot blanket of grass and hold it in my hands. And Woodwart's immediately gonna look over the patch of grass straight alone and go, "Hey, who was the lawn guy?"
How you, Dex?
Great. And he just like slowly like walks away with his blanket.
I love it.
So these magical items were just for funsies. They didn't help in the brainwashing at all, which is fine. Who wants an axe?
Each looks around and is like,
I figured gives Ichi axe.
All right, Ichi, you have a +1 great axe. Same damage as a great axe, +1 to hit, and I believe some other fun things for damage. I'm going to get back to you on that a little bit later, because there might be some fun side perks. But until then, you have now gotten 2 magical items from this altar to Gorm. Somewhere right now is probably an orc who's really pissed, but that's not here and that's not right now. I think we covered everything so far. You're now in the middle of Bryx. You have robbed an altar to Gorm of 2 magical items. The orcs in the city are extremely pissed, but not about anything related to you. What do you do?
Somebody get the piece of paper.
Are we rolling past the piece of paper?
Well, I'll say this. If you want to get the piece of paper that the body threw, I need you to roll a stealth check.
This is where that rogue ranger comes in. Let's go.
Well, my turn. Aid you.
My dice are treating me well tonight. That is a 26 for
Just
stealth.
kidding, you don't need it.
All right, so you roll 26, right?
Yeah.
You move through the city with ease. Not a single orc either sees you or cares enough about your movements to pay attention to you. You sneak through very, very easily, even up to the big tent. Looking through the tent, you realize this was this guy's house and war tent. You see a table with a bunch of missives and letters and maps. And the paper he threw on the ground, casually looking at it, is a letter written in Orcish. Do you read it?
Yes. Can I get to cover first before reading it?
Yes, I'll give that to you as kind of like a hand wave. So as you hide behind a broken wall of the city, you start reading this, and the note goes as thus. Zakarausken, Zaniken tal palamdos kat, sai so, thoktuchen in taruchawes, in maruchaveres, Kian Dunsten, Thir, Thok for Thok, General Karakos. Translating from Orc, because you read Orc, it says, Zaka Rauskin, Champion Zanakin is on the warpath now. I need you to wait. Stop. It will be a great sacrifice. Take the Bloodwing Riders, the Takarau, and Maro Krau to Dunstan. Your chance is soon. Blood for blood, General Korokos.
Can Shioda see this orc? That's their general Korokos. Is he the same one that we let go?
Give me a perception check. You can see him, but I want to earn it.
Nat 20.
Boom. Okay, cool. So, Champion Zanakin, you remember as kind of having a piebald tonsure ponytail on the back, a few kind of trinkets and trophies here and there. This guy's got kind of side shave, much fuller head of hair, looks a lot younger, just as buff and angry at the world, although more energy and fury than Zanakin, who at this point seems more measured and metered. And you kind of put two and two together. Zakarowskin is Champion Zanakin's younger brother.
Oh!
And Zakarowskin is pissed about this letter, saying, stay here, make sure these guys get there, and your time will be soon.
Ooh, family drama.
Oof. Okay. She is going to quickly fold out the piece of paper, put it in her pouch, and scurry back to the rest of the group.
All right. Do you go into the war tent and look around for anything else?
Yeah, let's do it. We're feeling adventurous today.
I love that. Yes, go ahead. Give me their stealth check as you go in.
GM's happy because GM built a lot of things.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, everybody can judge exactly what they're doing off like, we jumped a cart. Like, why not? We've already gone this far. Like, it's just
we're basically gods.
Yeah, horrible thing to start a campaign off with.
Look, Yoro, you only roll once. Might as well roll for everything.
So last episode was the innuendo episode. This episode is a no F's episode. Great.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the best way to encapsulate it.
I'm guessing everybody's just sneaking around now.
Well, one person is. The rest of y'all are sitting there with your ill-gotten magical gains, like, we did it.
Just for posterity, Ichi's gonna kind of like wrap up that axe and like, so it just, it's not just their axe that she's carrying around. Yeah, some cloth around it.
Good. As you're looking at it and you're wrapping it up, you're like, something seems off. There's something written in this orc axe, but it's not in Orcish. It's in Dwarven. As you're wrapping it up, you're
Hey.
like, okay, I see you, X. Okay. So, Kylie, what's that stealth check?
24.
You sneak in without any problems. You're now in Zaka Rauskin's war tent and sleeping arrangements. You see a massive camping thing on the ground, like a massive bedroll, massive pillows, a bunch of stuff where he sleeps on the ground. You see this giant table with maps and letters all over the place. You see things like hammered with rough nails into wooden plaques on the wall of the tent. You'll also see a bunch of pictures, and you see things in Orcish that are just like some, and like it's calling like every other orc general a failure, a big effing failure. Like he doesn't like anyone else. You also see a book, a red book that's plopped kind of half open on the table.
She's gonna kind of put her hands on her hips and kind of like flick her out. She's like, I could travel like this. Yeah, I like this. Gonna go over and then just like quickly flip through the book and like cipher if it's important or not.
All right. So you flip. Suddenly you see there's a bookmark, like a folded up piece of paper is a bookmark. Opening up the bookmark, it's a letter from Korokos, and it's saying in Orcish, we know he's not bodied. We know he's a failure, but you have to give him a chance. If he's right, this will make this war done before the end of the year. And if he's wrong, I will slit his throat in front of Gorm myself. Blood for blood, General Korokos. As you look at the book, you see in this beautiful scrawling text made from rich fine ink with penmanship that should be on a royal declaration, Orcish. And it says, keep the lie small and simple, but keep repeating it. Let them feel shame. Let that shame grow, and let them become their own enemy. Let them hate themselves, and they will hand us the city without throwing a stone. Signed, Geb Zebel.
Oh, okay. She's going to hold on to the book. Because who doesn't like a little blackmail? Quickly look over the maps and other letters, but look at the bottom, like lift everything else, because I feel like important things, you like hide them, so you put them at the bottom of everything. So she's gonna look at the bottom.
All right. At the very bottom, you see two letters written on animal hide, written in an ink made out of a combination of blood, minerals, dust, like a good old-fashioned F you to society letter from an orc. One of them says, Dear brother, I know in measuring yourself against me, you find yourself lacking. This is not the case. What I do so that we can live in a world where we will not be afraid of how people will try to kill us for our right to hunt. I do what I do so that orcs and goblins will stop killing each other and focus on a greater threat to our own peace. I do what I do because I do not plan on leaving the front line alive. And I do this, Zaka, so that you do not have to go where I must. General Korokos is a madman, but he is a brilliant madman. And when the Green King has blessed him, with him walks Gorm. And may Gorm finally hear our prayers as blood curdles from our throat. My only regret is that you ever had the idiocy to say yes like I did. Blood for blood, brother. If I die, do not avenge me. Do better than me. Champion Anakin. The other letter says, Dear whelp, you little baby boy, you are not my commander. You are not my champion. I know this because I am the champion of where I call home. My birds have no respect for you. My skies do not recognize you. If you yell at me, my Throchbudain, or my birds, again, I will rip the tongue from your flapping mouth and wear it as a necklace. I will die for these birds. I will kill for these birds. Fear me, you little baby. I did not become a champion easily. Signs. Tokaro Ice.
Well, she's going to take both of those, kind of scan the tent one last time to see if there's anything of importance, and then get out.
You're gonna scan the tent one more time for anything else, and then dip.
Yep.
All right, let's see how generous I'm feeling. Roll a perception check.
We're gonna use a hero point.
Is this your last hero point for now until you earn another one?
Yep. 'Cause
Okay.
That was a nat 1. No. A part of me just wants to see how this goes.
All right. What was your roll?
That's gonna be a 9 total, and we're gonna keep that nat 1.
Okay. Okay. So you're looking around the tent for anything of interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you look around the tent, you see a bunch of orders, marching orders. You see maps. You see weapons. Suddenly, on the far back side of the wall, you see hanging on the hook made of a gnarled fang of a large, large wolf, a necklace. This necklace has a very simple, very rough kind of leather braiding. On the end of this, you see two things. You see an unusual gold locket. No, it's like a locket, but it's got arms and legs. Is that a scarab? And next to the scarab, you see an elven ear of Nubia right next to it. And it is at this time that you hear loudly proclaiming as he returns to his war tent, Zakarauskin, as he's shouting, I do not care upon the blood of my own life what my orders are. I did not crawl through bones and bodies to be placed in a town given up by cowards by a disembodied orc. If I'm supposed to carry you bird brains to Dunstan, then I will go with you with an army and I will slaughter them myself. This is war. I made a war promise to Gorm, and I will not be found a failure, and I will not retreat. And as you're hearing this screaming, you're seeing a very broad shadow start to eclipse the tent flaps in the front of the camp. You have one shot to get out of there or get this necklace. You rolled a 1. I would have given you threw yourself into this rock in a hard place, my friend. Roll and tell me the tale of what you're trying to do.
Oh gosh, PJ, I'm shaking right now. Thank you.
That's what I do.
Bonuses would be.
What are you doing? I need to know what you're doing.
Do I? So I don't have time to take the necklace and run?
One or the other. Now, if you want to, you can try and figure out an option C, a third choice. However, you're going to have to say it and roll for it. I knocked over my tissue box. Either way, you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to tell me what that is. Right now, your two options, the ones I'm giving you, are grab it or go. And if you want option 3, you're going to have to tell me what that is. You're going to have to argue for it. What is it?
She's going to grab the necklace.
Okay, great. Give me a thievery check or, give me a thievery check.
Do I should have thievery because I'm a rogue, right?
I don't know. You got that rogue dedication.
I didn't write it down. That's we're using a hero point. We're using a hero point for that one.
All right.
That is die face 8.
Die face 8. All right. What's your dexterity?
Dex is a +6, so we're at 14.
Okay. All
Ish.
right. So with all the bonuses, 14. Okay. You run up to the necklace. You slide your fingers around it. You kind of go around it so you can get it off this giant, sharp wolf fang. As you're pulling it back, the leather strap gets stuck on the tip of the fang. Eventually, you wrap your thumbs through, and you actually have to hoist it up. But that little bit is enough time. And suddenly you hear this flap as the leather of the tent flap opens wide, and Zakarauskin stares at you. And he is already furious as he starts grabbing his necklace of ears. And he looks at you, and in Orcish, he says to you, Polemoras, Maltir, Polemoras, Martir. And you know in Orcish, he's saying, by the Scarf Father, I were promise you. In the name of a god that refuses to listen to his people, he will slaughter you in his name. As he starts stroking ears on a necklace he wears on his neck, he says, Polemor Maltir, Polemoros Maltir. And he starts raging, and you can suddenly hear a bunch of orc voices in the background going, Polemoros? Maltir? Gorin? Suddenly you hear everyone outside the tent. You start hearing this horrendous shouting and battle cry, thok, for thok, as everyone in the town suddenly draws weapons and runs towards the war tent that Zaka is in. Shionibis. Michael, what's up?
Really quick, as this is happening, are we near anything flammable?
I want to say yes, but the town has already been decimated by PO'd orcs.
Okay, is that tent near anything flammable?
Not really, and it's made of leather, so...
Are we near that shrine thing? The orc shrine thing?
I mean, you know where it is. It's not that far away.
Rufa's gonna look down to Woodward. Oh no, my friend. Looks like Chonobis may have gotten herself into some trouble. Got an idea. Are you with me?
Woodward looks right at Rufa and says, burn it.
Huh?
And then starts, he just
What's
says, burn it. It's the same exact plan we had last time. We ran
Exactly.
into trouble.
Let's see how they like their little shrine to be set on fire.
Ooh. Am I within 30 feet of that thing?
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Yeah, you guys haven't moved far from it since you guys got the sweet weapons and stuff.
Cool. Well, whenever it's my turn, I'm ready.
All right. Well, technically speaking, combat hasn't started yet. You're in that second of like, oh, this is bad. So if we're going to do this, let's roll initiative.
Great.
Hold on. Can Shionibus do a quick diplomacy?
Oh, you better make a big one because you're at a -4 for this check.
Oh no. So she is going to try to convince him that maybe Gorham talked to her and that's why she's here. So we're gonna roll.
Okay, we're going to hold initiative. I got to see this BS lands. Oh,
That's a
not
21.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it looks like we're setting something on fire, Ian.
All right, hold
Wait,
on,
did you
hold
say
on.
20? She said 21
said
Oh,
though.
21. I thought I heard 1.
No,
Yeah.
Oh no. I would have used that hero point.
So, Shionibus, your turn, you're like, and you're in Orcish. You're like, oh no, I have come in the name of Gorm. I has heard my prayers, and I'm here for you. Better than what I just did, because I'm whatever. So Zaka,
Basically the same.
yeah. Zaka pauses. First of all, at the flawless modern orc that you're speaking, very confused. He sees you like with the necklace in your hand from his war trophy, saying, "No, Gorm sent me. It's only Gorm," and he's just like, and he just kind of looks at you a bit. He goes, and everyone outside is going "Thok for Thok," and he just kind of, and he says, "Say." Wait, by the way, his orchestra stopped at a halt. And then he kind of walks up to you slowly, pulls out 2 of these insane-looking axes, kicks a chair your way, and then he kind of like, with his fingers gesturing over one of the fingers of his axe, he goes, Toll, sit down.
She is going to put the necklace on the desk next to her
Mm-hmm.
and just sit very casually, like this is no big deal. Like your boy sent me.
So he makes a very cautious attack stance with his 2 axes. One is hefted over his shoulder. One is just extended a little bit. If he was in real combat, he'd probably be a bit more extended, but he's a little tight. And he walks up in an orcish. He's like, Gorm sent you?
He came to me in a dream a couple weeks ago. Took me a while to get here.
Did you meet the General?
If it wasn't him, it was his avatar, so.
When did the General tell you he was his avatar?
Like I said, it was a dream. I don't know what you want from me. But I just know when a higher being comes to me, you do what you're told. Do you not?
Yeah. When a higher being comes to you, you do what you're told. Listen. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I got to deal with the chain of command, which my entire life I've never had to deal with. And quite frankly, I think the chain is a little too tight around my neck. I'd rather chop the chain of command right off. Let's say I use you as the voice of reason with the rest of my soldiers, as you call it, in the stupid Thokudine. What say you?
She's going to like lean her chair back on like the hind 2 legs and kind of just like, what's in it for me though?
As much as I'm loath to get rid of my resume and my proof of experience with my trophy, I will let you have my necklace since you seem to be gripping it as I entered my tent. In exchange, you will go outside with me and in Orcish declare that the right of Gorm is mine and that I have the freedom to take my soldiers where I want them to. And I don't gotta listen to that false prophet of the Scarfather. I can do what I want to do.
On one condition.
Maybe
Tell me how you got that. Tell me how you got that ear.
this year, or that necklace.
Yeah.
I was in the southern shelf of this continent. I was about to go into Asmakon, go hunting, go raiding. I was going to find some food. I was going to find some weapons. I was going to find some gold to sell for both. Along the way, I found an elf. Called me a bastard. Called me a monster. Called me an abomination. I called him a child without a father. And when he got mad, I fought him. I took his ear from him. And when I killed him, I took his necklace from his neck. I carried his body for 3 months until finally Gorm took his flesh from his bones. Took his immortal, whatever you call it, from his still beating chest. And when the bones were all that was left, I put them around my neck as trophies of killing the child of an absent god. Guess in some weird way we're like brothers. Brothers without fathers. That's how I got that necklace.
She's trying to keep it together so much at this point.
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal. You and me in a duel. I'll say whatever you need me to. If I win, we'll talk about that later.
You really want to war promise me this challenge?
What do I have to lose?
Your life, Elwyn.
I've lived long enough, right? I've seen several wars. It's not that big of a deal, right?
Oh, Big Brother was right. Oh, Big Brother was very right. He puts away these giant axes and he goes, the people on this continent are stupid and weak. And then he goes to the front, rips open the flap to his tent, and he shouts, Polemoros martyr vos Elwyn. And to which everyone's like, Elwyn, Polemoros martyr Elwyn. And they're all losing their minds as he basically has declared to everyone, I have war promised to Gorm this elf. And everyone's like, yeah. And then he looks to you and he goes, in Orcish, he says, the sword's out of the sheath. Grab it if you will. And he points out into the city of the street for you to fight him.
These people are dumb from this country. She's gonna like push the flaps open. She's like, good thing I'm not from this country. And just like boss walk out. And then as she's walking to the street square, she's gonna like quickly look over the corner that like everyone else is at and is like, help me, I'm in too deep.
We're gonna switch over to Rufo, who's got his hand raised. What's up, Michael?
Just wondering. Okay, me and Rufa and Woodward did not know this whole interaction thing went down, right?
You have no idea. This has been happening in a tent.
So our whole idea plan was to go to the shrine to set it on fire. Is that still going on, or
look? That's up to y'all. I mean, this conversation's been happening.
Woodward, what do y'all think?
Well, now I'm stuck on the fact that I don't know when the crowd started to calm down.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if it's one of those things, because the crowd, like, everyone was yelling, and then he told everyone to stop. And it was kind of at the point where Woodward was going to, like, from the hip, produce flame at this altar.
Yeah.
And then we got this little side thing. So if everyone's quieted down, I feel like that's enough of a thing for the rest, like, for Woodward and Rufus to be like, wait, what's really going on here?
So what's happening is you hear a war chant. Sam and Kylie's character would know this as a prayer. They are basically saying, Pulemuros martir, Pulemuros martir. And they just keep chanting this again and again and again. And they're basically praying to Gorm, saying, we're giving you a war promise, dear big guy. Dear Scarfather, we're giving you some fighting. And we promise on this day, blood will be shed. Dear Scarfather. Like, it's this whole thing. So you're hearing what sounds like a religious chant going on as the orcs are now filing into the city. Basically, where the well used to be before an orc just got pissed and started, like, kicking it in. This giant city square, about 25 by 25, the well in the center, as the orcs start basically making a fight club circle. And there, in the fight pit, you see, well, you don't know yet, is named Zakarauskin. And Zakarauskin is basically just like loosening up and whipping up a fury with the crowd. And as you're about to torch this altar, you see Shionibus like, save me, save me.
Rufa's gonna kind of lean down to Woodward and just go, burn it down.
Oh.
Yes, Sam, yes. Commit to whatever that choice is. I love it. What is it?
Ichi's gonna assess the situation, see Shionibus getting into her brawl, see Pyro Boys over here get ready to do their thing, and she's just like, okay. She kind of goes over to Rufa and Woodward. It's like, hey guys, I could see you're about to get a little crispy up in here. How about it's all about timing, right? It's all about dramatic timing. So maybe just rig it to let's just see what happens here, and then maybe if we gotta like and then go, you got it covered. I know you got it covered. Y'all are great. What do you think?
Is every orc in town heading that direction?
It's basically turning into Thunderdome. The fact that the like 25, 50 orcs shouting their war prayer that we make a war promise to Gorm, and Zaka is no longer being a spoiled brat about things and looks very excited to kill an elf. Yeah. It might as well be WrestleMania, PPV, and everyone's buying a ticket.
Woodward's gonna leave.
The town.
There's a chance out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many orcs are in this entire town to start a fight that we didn't have to.
Oh, snap.
You
Okay.
don't think that we had to.
Okay.
She has her honor to defend.
That's not worth dying. And Woodward just kind of looks at the situation, and it's not, nobody's here to save. The town is for the orcs. We don't have the people, and there's a little boy who needs to be taken care of.
This does beg the question. As you decide that you want to leave because there are more pressing matters at hand, there's two ways through Bryx. The way you came back to the campsite with Joey, Morel, Antigone, and Hera.
Mm-hmm.
However, that way will lead back to Bryx, or the other way, to the south end of Bryx, down the southwest slope of the countryside, and into the city of Dunstan, where Ielenu has told you one Grand Hospitalier of the Order of the Platinum Hammer is currently residing. So, do you leave the north and go back to your camp? Or do you go to the south and leg it to Dunstan?
How far is Dunstan from here?
Give me a survival check. You're putting 2 and 2 together, trying to figure out your. Ooh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's great. My survival's a +8 on top of a nat 20.
Oh, you can tell from the way the road is constantly dipping downward. You can tell from the breeze you start to feel and the smell of the salt sea in the air, that kind of nice, sweet little salt smell, and the way the wind's blowing. It is about half a day's journey southwest of here, closer to the coastline. If you leave right now by like sun up, maybe like early sun up, you get there, and within an hour or two of running, you'll probably be in a very dense forest before the coastline breaks, and you can camp without problem.
If there's anybody who's going to take out this strike force, and the only people who's going to have to be handling this orc army next, it's the people of Dunstan. Woodward's going to take off towards it.
All right. So, in the midst of talking about burning altars and waiting to burn altars, in the midst of Orc Fight Club breaking out and Thunderdome being dropped on Shionibus, Woodward weighs his options and goes, Dunstan. All right.
Absolutely.
You leave the city unmolested, unseen, unprovoked, nothing.
Well-
You are walking easily. Oh, and then, yes, Sam. Yes, Sam.
Since I was just talking to him, do you just book it while I'm talking to you?
It's not even a book. It's not. It is a turn around and walk to not draw attention. And as soon as he's outside the city, he would haul ass.
Okay, I kind of wait to see what he's doing. And then when I realize he's leaving, I will like shuffle up and try and catch up to him and say, where are you going?
The last time we took on this many orcs, we had a building. Buildings aren't standing.
Okay.
The last time we took on this many orcs, we had Maythun at our back. Maythun's a day away. Dunstan's half a day away from here. I am not about to give my life to not warn and be unable to warn the next city these people are coming for.
You have a point. Maybe we can get her, she points to Shionibus, out of here before we do that? Or do you really want to leave? We don't have to fight them.
What choice do you see that I don't?
I thought you guys were getting a distraction ready, maybe. And then I was thinking, at the opportune moment where she goes to, land like the finishing blow on the orc, there's an explosion in the background. And then she points to like him and like back to Rufa. And then everyone's distracted. And then we run, everyone runs, but like together, we run together.
I think, I think Woodwork kind of stares you up and down for a second and says, I understand where you're coming from with this. I really do. But most of your plan already dictates that Shionibus is coming out on top out of this fight. This is the second fight pit I've gotten involved in the last 3 days that we didn't need to be involved in. The last time the person she beat up was actually one of the guys who's now taking care of the child whose city is burned. If she's walking into a pit, she may not walk out, and that's not my decision.
Now, I want to turn this over to Rufo, who's been very patient. Yes, Michael.
I just want to say, Rufus, when as Woodward walks away, he's
Mhm.
kind of like that Jackie Chan, meme going
So you're just giving him that look? Are you trying to offer
a little bit like we had a plan. We had a plan. Then he kind of, as Itchy's, talking to Woodward, he kind of, scuttles over. Like,
Mhm.
are we really gonna just leave out of here?
Question.
Mhm.
Does anyone else have fire capabilities? Anybody? Spark or fire?
I mean, I have a tinderbox.
Yeah, you
Well-
can make a survival check and start a fire if you want.
Yeah, we don't need Woodward. Alone's gonna walk up to Woodward and say, Woodward, go. Tell them, warn them. We'll handle it here and we'll catch up with you if we can. We can't? Well, it was nice knowing you.
You're winning one life over many. That's on you. I'll get there as fast as I can. And Woodward turns around and leaves.
All right.
Real quick, Rufa just kind of looking at each person, just going, the F is going on.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll initiative. We only have about 30 minutes left to show, so we're gonna make this quick. We're gonna roll initiative. Zaka, Shionibus, and you guys can share one initiative. Highest roll takes the initiative for you three. All right. You guys can delay your action. You can set your fire trap. You do whatever you're gonna do. Zaka is going to try and at least take a little bit of blood from this elf woman. You guys ready with that initiative roll? All right, Joe, play the fight music. We're getting ready.
What?
Fight Club.
What?
I had to break the tension a little bit.
I got a 12 for initiative.
Okay, Lona's got a 12. What do you got, Sam?
10.
10. Rufo, what you got?
27.
I think he's going first. Okay, Rufo's got a
Uh-huh.
27. Shionibus, what you got?
23.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So, turn
Oh,
order.
yeah, wait, 28. Sorry.
Oh, like it matters at this point. Good job, man. That was awesome. Okay, so Rufa, Shionibus, Zaka. So, top of the round. Everyone is meeting in the circle. Zaka is just stalking in a circle, looking at you, and he's slowly taking out one axe and then the other. And he's just taunting you in Orcish. He's like, 1 ear, 2 ears. Tonight, I'm going to get a whole set.
He like yawns as she puts on the necklace.
Oh, and he looks at you and he kind of smiles and he just kind of like twirls an axe and he goes, in the name of the Scar Father, in the name of my brother, Champion Zandakin, to which everyone has a huge roar, I, Zaka Rauskin, will carry the honor, the trust, and the body of the Blackspear tribe. Knuckle up, Buttercup. It's time to dance. Now, Rufa!
Oh, we're bare-fisting this?
Oh no, he's got axes.
Oh,
He's
okay.
knuckling up his axes like he's got a box, but he's got axes prone at the ready. Rufa, you're the one that makes his team go first. So it's Rufa, Sidney, and Sam. Sam's AWOL, don't worry about it, but you two can decide how you're gonna do this fire thing. You make a survival check to light the altar on fire?
I'm wondering, I'm gonna describe to you my idea and tell me if it's possible or not, okay?
Sure.
Because I'm wondering, would it be possible to create kind of like almost like a because I read about this in a book, and like I said, once again, this is a case where the character is smarter than the player.
Sure, yeah.
I was wondering if Rufa could possibly, because I know it's possible to create kind of the delayed fire,
Mhm.
but then go after Woodward.
So you want to make a delayed fire and then run.
Yeah.
All right. Sidney, how does Alona feel about this plan?
Ilona, here's the thing. Alona feels very dubious about setting a shrine on fire, but also understands that Gorm is not the greatest god ever. So she's sort of mildly okay with it. Her concern is for Shionibus because she knows Shionibus has, yes, I love you and I know you have a lot of pertinent information that might help Dorn even further. So, Alona's main thought is to get Shionibus the fuck out of there as soon as possible.
Okay. Sam. Rutha is about to make a delayed fire burn that will then, after a few seconds, allow him to escape and create a diversion. Ilona is planning on trying to get her bow queen out of the fight pit and get out of town okay. Woodward is already the vanguard for the escape route. What are you doing?
How far is where Rufa's making the fire from where Shionibus is gonna kick ass?
Approximately 20 feet adjacent.
Okay. Each is gonna look between the fire, Shionibus, and say to Rufa, "You got this straight." Give him a thumbs up, and then just try to like get into place where if she needs to hit someone with a hammer, she can.
Okay. So, I'm going to assume Alona as well is breaking off with Ichipon to go save Shionibus from this incident, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So with that, Sidney and Sam run to the fight, and sure enough, like a fight club, it is like two orcs deep in a giant ring, and they're shouting, and they're war chanting, and they're ready for blood. Rufa, give me a survival check to make a delayed fire on this altar.
$19.
All right, 19. You find a good way to use some kindling that you have in your pocket as well as some detritus to make a slow burn. Eventually, it will catch and spread to the altar. This altar will burn. It will take a few rounds, maybe 3 or 4 rounds before the fire really kicks off. That being said, we enter the Ring of Violence. Shionibus, welcome to the Octagon. Your turn. He has weapons drawn, so there's all lethality. Don't hold back.
She's gonna like. She has the necklace around her now. And gonna like tuck it in so it's not like hanging out, whatever. Gonna like look him up and down, and kind of like chuckle, and then just like dock an arrow and delay. Just wait.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna hold your turn. What are you delaying for? What's the trigger to activate your action?
His first attack.
Okay. So Zaka sees you, and he kind of chuckles and he shakes his head. Blood exchanged for blood. My life for war. My life for the father. My blood for my brother! And he enters a rage. And he bears down upon you. And as he's running, he jumps with both axes raised. He actually jumps and with both axes raised starts coming in for a high impact. He's coming in for that attack. You're going to roll yours to hit first?
Yep.
Take a shot.
That is a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. Let's see if that hits a running, raged monster champion. And that will hit.
Bless.
Roll damage.
Okay. Ooh. That's 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
Wait. No.
No?
Yes, sorry. Yes. 6 damage.
Okay.
Ah,
6.
scared me for a second.
All right. So the arrow embeds in his chest, and you can see him smile as he brings these axes down to bear. Oh, that's not a good thing. What's your AC?
18?
1 point shy of a crit. It hits, but it's not a critical.
Could have been worse.
Could have been much worse. Oh, and it rolled minimum damage. What a punk ass. So you take 7 damage as he goes, "Ah!" And it's like a clip, but you can feel your whole body getting dragged forward and back with momentum as he brings his axes down and slides across the chest. And he's in this low crouch with 2 axes. You realize these are actual battle axes, like 2-handed battle axes in each hand, and he's just looking at you going, and he is ready to eat your face. Next top of the round is the legends. So Rufa, I'm gonna actually cut to Woodward. You hear a horrendous cry of excitement and approval as the fight is now underway. You start running with Mush. Mush is running, kind of looking over his shoulder a lot in concern and worry. You keep on keeping on. Rufa, you see the fire start to sizzle and smoke a little bit. It's going to take a bit to catch, but you can tell it's definitely there. What are you doing? Are you booking it now, or are you going to wait?
I was wondering, would it be able to... Okay, I got 3 actions.
Yeah.
1 action, I want to try to fan the fire to try to make it catch a little quicker.
Okay. Sure. And what's the other
And
2?
the next 2 actions... Let's see. Okay, if I fan it... How many rounds is it going to catch a fire?
I will say it's going to take 3 more rounds at its current speed to catch a full blaze.
Okay. Can I use 2 actions to fan it to make it so it's 1 more round?
I will allow that. Give me a survival check at -1 as you're doing this hurried, because if you fail this, you're just going to blow the fire out.
$17?
You start doing this. It's like you're like, come on, catch. You see the fire is starting to get overwhelmed, choked by the wind, until suddenly it ignites on the altar and the whole thing goes up in this spectacular conflagration. Who knew orcs use kerosene as paint? I mean, they don't, but it's like it.
I have 1 more action.
Yeah.
And last action, book it towards Woodward.
Yeah, now you're just T-1000 running to get the hell out of there. So the fire boosh is up. Now we have Sam and Alona. You're now at this fight. You're seeing the pit fight. You see Shonibus get an arrow in this guy's chest, and this guy's taking it like someone tickled him with a feather. You're seeing this cut go through her body, and the orcs are screaming for blood. What do?
Who's first?
You can tell from the way her back foot is twitching, Shionibus is gonna probably snap to first.
Between the 2 of us.
Sam.
Oh, sorry.
I think I'm last.
Ladies' choice. You guys get to do. Okay, so Sam's gonna go last.
Well, I'll look at Alona and say, I have an idea.
Okay, great. I have one too. What's your idea?
Wow. Do you mind if I take my turn first?
Sure.
Out of character.
That's fine. Go ahead.
So how many actions is a check, like a lore check?
1 action.
Okay. I'm gonna use gladiatorial lore to if I have any knowledge about what this type of fight means to the audience participating.
Oh, yes. Give me that gladiatorial lore check. I'm so glad that got to get used.
Yeah.
Mwah, delicious.
Nice.
Okay, let's see what that is. Calculator. It's a 20, dirty 20.
All right. You know, this is one of 3 things. 1, entertainment in its purest form. Everyone likes a good conflict. 2, you know that this is religion. You know that this is the weight of your people and your god. You know this because you know in the temple, when you fought, life and death were always present. And I don't just mean the outcome. I mean the gods were always present in combat. So this for orcs is a huge religious deal too. And 3, you know they're all backing the big guy. You know they're really hoping that this guy gets a victory. And you know that they're kind of an impartial audience. I mean, they're biased, but they're not going to be upset with a tie.
Okay. So Ichi is going to use impressive performance to try to get the crowd rowdy and hyped and basically start a mosh pit.
Oh, I love it. Okay. I'm actually going to give you a bonus to this because I'm just going to, long story short, I saw a fight in Philly. There was more fighting in the stands than there was in the octagon. So please,
Exactly.
roll for me that check to incite a riot.
I want to start a fight. No, no, no.
Calculator. 23.
Oh, okay.
Start a riot. Start a riot.
I'm getting flashbacks to Daltonshire, you know. Viva and away! So you start a riot. You start throwing bows, you start like chest checking orcs, and they're getting knocked aside, they're bumping into each other, and they're shoving back, and they're kind of feeling it, and they start shoving back. Next thing you know, it is like a circa 1986, 1995 mosh pit. It is like Warped Tour, and we're all in high school. I was in high school, no one else was. Okay, I'm old. The point is, it is a vintage thrash. The audience is just having a rock concert. No one's paying attention to the fight, like at all. And they start chanting to each other as they just start like shoving and punching and elbow checking and smiling and having the time of their life.
Beautiful.
And as they do, they start to break the formation a little bit. Now, I think you have like 1 or 2 actions left there,
I think I have
Ichipan.
one more, and I'm gonna rage. She's getting hyped, and she's raging. She's really
love
into
this.
it, because you can tell she's done this before.
The power of Mosh compels you. And there you are, just wah. I think that's probably copyright. But either way, it's amazing. The moment is pure. Ilona, you're seeing this little dwarven girl with a metallic skull mask over her face, her pigtails out, this new weapon, and she's just like, knock if you buck, sucker! And she's just shoving orcs left and right. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna get still within 30 feet, but out of the mosh pit. The step step over there. But quick question. So I would
Yes.
know what Gorm's holy symbol is because I already did the religion check earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I'm gonna need to probably roll a deception check on top of my action for this.
Okay.
So Ilona is going to cast Forbidding Ward on Shionibus. So I'm protecting an ally against the specific enemy, i.e. the person that's fighting her. So she has a +1 stat to AC and saving throws against that enemy. But I'm going to use Deception
Yeah.
to guise it. Instead of Afra's flower, I'm going to make the ward look like it comes from Gorm.
Okay, I have to roll twice now. 1 second. Okay, cool. You said make a deception check, right?
Yep.
Go right ahead.
Okay, that is a 17.
17. Okay. So, just in time, we cut back to Shionibus. Shionibus, you're in this fight. Your teammates are getting involved. It's all over. All of a sudden, you can hear raw, rowdy chaos as every orc there is breaking out into their own fight, and it's extreme. As you're there, suddenly this golden light starts to cover your body. And as this flower starts to bloom, the bud is this sickening green face just covered with claw marks, like some sort of crisscross pattern of scars coming out of your body. You can see Zaka smile looking at that and like, you coward. And you can see he's visibly concerned and shaking and confused. Suddenly. It's your turn. What do you do?
We're gonna fire. Did I use a hero point for that last one? When I was
Last
getting the necklace?
I think you used 2 so far.
I was like, I couldn't remember if I actually went through with the hero point.
I think you did, because I think you said it was a 9. You took the 1. I want to say.
I took the 1.
So I don't think
So
that means
the 9.
Yeah. I think, now I might be wrong, but right now GM's law is that you did not use that second hero point. If I'm wrong, get in the chats and comments and yell at me. At me, bro.
We're gonna take it until someone tells me wrong. So we use that hero point. That's not much better, but that's okay. Oh, that's a 18 to hit.
18 to hit. Well, chat did just confirm that you only used 1 hero point of your 2, and at this point in time, chat is very powerful. So that 18 to hit will hit. Roll damage.
Sweet. Am I still able to use precision before I roll damage?
I believe it's part of your attack. So yeah, like when you declare, you've marked them and you're using precision. Yeah.
Right on.
Where did that pencil of mine go? Right here.
That's 11 for damage.
Found it. 11 for damage. All right.
And she's going to like fire and then like shoulder roll out of the way and pick up a hand of dirt on her way out.
Okay. So you fire. I'm guessing roll is part of your movement. If you want to make an acrobatics check, you can, but I think it's mostly just for movement flavor. If you want to grab and throw that dirt, all the pocket sand, I think you still have 1 action left. I think.
Pocket sand.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna
All
do
right.
it. We playing dirty at this point. Quick math. 24?
24 to hit. That hits. And he's got blinded 1 until he gets that mud off his face with an appropriate check. So Zaka gets shot in the chest with the arrow. You see him kind of stumbling still in confusion. Like, he's not even hurt from the arrow. He's just going, no. Wait a minute. Thunk, I know, but pause. Hold up. Thunk, listen. I'm thinking. So as the arrow riddles him, as he's having a midlife crisis or a quarter life crisis, aren't we all? He's like, wait a minute. And then mud gets him in the eye. And he's just like, okay, I know where I'm at now. I'm in a fight. I'm being dumb. So Zaka pulls the mud from his eyes, like with, his pinkies. And he looks at you, and confused, he just kind of says, in Orcish, are you really the chosen of Gorm?
She's gonna like turn around and be like, looks like it, doesn't it?
Give me a diplomacy check. I'll give that to you as a free action.
15.
Zaka is like, and he turns to everyone and he shouts as this ruckus and riot is going on, and he's just shouting, Vosus Martal Matira Salwen, and he throws his axes into the ground, and you hear him saying, the child is with us. Gorm is this elf. Everyone just kind of like emit, like, huh? I'm sorry, what? And rude. And as they're sort of like mid struggled, like, wait. Are you saying the absentee god, the Scarfather, is this Nubian elf? And Zaka's just like, he looks at him and looks like, did I stutter? Like, it's all nonverbal communication. And everyone just stops fighting and they go, Ganaro Carros Karukos. Ganaro Korokos. And he goes, Sight. Elwin Sos Martir. Faipolom. And everyone's like, and he's just basically saying, like, she is the daughter, if not actually Gorm. Screw Korokos. This war promise is off. And the whole orcs are like, looking very confused, going, in Orcish, they're like, what? Like, are you sure? And he's like, Vurakorminai right now. Like, question me again. And they're like, nah, okay. And all the guys stop beating the hell out of each other. They look at Zaka, who is now completely 1,000% positive that you are the chosen one of Gorm. And as his axes are in like the broken and mineralless earth of Briax, he walks up to you, puts a giant meaty hand behind your head, grabbing you by your hair, basically puts forehead to forehead and looks you in the eye. And under his breath, he says, you find Ganaro Korokos. You challenge him for his false godhood. You slaughter this liar and heretic. And when you do, you bring me and my brother his head, and we will carry you on our shoulders as we take over this world. This is not a question, by the way. He's basically giving you an orc order. And as he's pulling your hair, he's like, you will do this blood for blood.
She smiles. Blood for blood.
He lets go. He basically, his giant green meaty hands takes your face in his hands like he is beholding a goddess with great perplexity. And he looks at you and he just goes, and just like pets you in awe, grabs your hand and throws your hand up high and says in Orcish, we will be in chaos for 1,000 years. Gorm has given us his daughter. May Korokos die by her hand. And everyone just goes, sure! And they shout in this kind of like mild agreement. They're like, this has been a very weird day. Alona.
Is the altar on fire?
It is a massive fire at this point, by the way. And it is at this point as they're celebrating the chosen daughter of Gorm, somehow in the body of a Nubian elf. But hey, it's 10,098. Who asks questions? They're just like, of course it is. Why is there a fire? Who did the fire?
Ichi like tries to kind of like make it sound like it's coming from the crowd, but in Orcish, she's gonna say, "It's a sign. She's the chosen."
Give me a deception check while you're doing that, Michael. What's up?
Okay, like I said, I know nothing of this, so I'm just gonna go stick with the plan that I had originally.
Mm-hmm.
I have written a map. I have questions.
You've written a map and you have questions?
Yes, I'm guessing this is the fight pit.
Yeah.
This is a shrine.
Sure.
And this happy little guy down here is Woodward, right?
With the hat? Yeah, hero point for the hat. You're not gonna be able to use it for much longer, but yeah.
Yeah, really quickly. I'm guessing I would be somewhere around this area by now, right?
If you're hoofing it towards him, yeah, you're probably let's go south of the fight, but behind like bottom of the fight.
Right here?
No, a little closer to the fight. A little closer to the fight, closer to the fight. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Now I want you to go about 3, like let's say 1 second below that. Boom.
Okay.
You're about
Am
there.
I here?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, do I see all this stuff going on from where I am?
Yeah, like you're a background character. So everyone's like, she's the chosen one. And meanwhile, the roof was in the background, like.
Because I was going to burn down another building originally.
Let's just say the vibe has changed. It is no longer needed. Arson is no longer your primary tool.
Do I see roof? Do I see Woodward?
Not yet. He is
gone?
way out of the town. You're going to have to catch up a bit.
Okay.
It's been at least 15, 30 seconds, about a minute at this point, give or take, considering the time he originally left.
And
So
how
you're
far
gonna
am I
have to
from
be-
the cart that we had?
The cart's way at the beginning of town.
Oh, okay. Fudge.
Yeah, you guys had to like get there and they walked you through town. But I will say this. The minute the fire is lit, you see a bunch of orcs celebrating and then panicking. And then they get all of you and they shoo you out of town as they realize now they have to put out a fire that is in the town.
Including
Sam.
Rufa?
Just so you know that
You're good.
That deception check was an 18
So, for the fire to say that it was
to-
like a chosen one.
to make it sound like the crowd was being like, it's a sign.
So you're like, it's a sign, and the other orcs are like, Gorm gives signs now? She has to be the chosen one. Gorm has never given us a sign. He's never answered a prayer. He has never done anything. Clearly, he has chosen her as his slaughterer of man. We have to get her out of here. And all the orcs are just like literally shoving you guys out of town, going, go. Hey, listen, and they're saying this in Orcish. They're saying, 2 days time, we're gonna get the Bloodwing Riders, and we're gonna just attack Dunstan, slaughter whoever you want. You get first dibs. Go ahead, go, be safe. 2 days time, we're gonna get the troops together. Zaka's gonna. Well, Zaka, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. I got shot twice. I'm good. Okay, cool. You guys have 2 days. Great to see you, Chosen of Gorm. Oh, this is our chosen holy war. Oh, we're so excited. 1,000 years of chaos.
Which direction are we being forced to? Like
The south end towards Dunstan. They're literally
Okay.
saying, go be our vanguard. Go kill Dunstan for us. So as you guys are running, you're like maybe 60, 80 feet away from a gnome and his badger. Woodward, you're now walking closer to the dead of night, and you suddenly hear a sound of everyone.
with our
behind
wagon?
you. No, your wagon's the opposite end. You did not grab it. You didn't have time. I'll be right back.
Oh, I feel sorry for Lucy and Etzel.
They'll be fine. We gotta warn a town that they're gonna get destroyed in 2 days. That
have
takes
an army.
precedence. Sam, I'm so glad that you shouted that, because my first thought was like, yeah, we burn the shrine of the false prophet dude because she's the real. Wow, that worked out pretty cool.
Oh man, Ichi was so ready to mosh pit though, guys. Like next round, she was ready to punch a dude.
Mhm. Adam Generator just asked in chat, will this become an evil campaign? Ian, do you want to take leadership on that?
I'm not going to. I didn't do anything. I
know,
walked
but-
away.
I know, but- I know.
I will just note Kyle was just literally like, I have an army now.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
Look at that face.
She's chaotic. She might
Yeah.
be tinkering on like chaotic evil at this point, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, I know Ian
Chaotic.
has
It's a
very
balance.
specific ideas about everyone's alignments. So
Ian, I'm sure we'll be talking after the show.
yes, I'm sure that will be the thing that happens. Well, that was Boy O'Cray. I don't know what I'm saying
I
anymore,
goofed.
It's
I goofed hard.
but in a fun way. What's up, Ian?
I mean,
I
Woodward brought up a lot of good points. I'm just saying.
I'm
I don't know why you guys want her as a leader.
I'm curious
Go
to
ahead,
see
Ian.
how it's going to. The 2 days is an interesting time frame. I'm curious to see what we could get together in 2 days.
I am too. Well, I'm also curious to find Tobias and figure that out. Also, what's
Mhm.
going to happen to Morel and Antigone and Hera and Joey, which I don't know where Joey came from, but you know what they're going to be like. Oh, it's been a while since they've been gone. Uh-oh. Anyway, hi BJ.
Welcome
How's it
back.
going? No, I love this liberation. Sorry, I had to step out for a second. So, you guys are running. You guys see Woodward about 60, 80 feet ahead of you. Woodward, you see Mush as he's walking next to you, just constantly kind of look with excitement. His hair kind of bristles a bit with excitement, and he's looking back, and he's still walking with you, but he keeps looking over his shoulder to kind of let you know that someone's behind him. What do you guys do?
If it's me, I guess Woodward getting the hint from Mush, turns around and just stops in the road and waits for everyone to catch up.
All right. After a couple of awkward seconds, you guys catch up. The lot of you, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus a badger on your way to Dunstan.
I'm
do you guys do?
guessing we kind of ran, so I'm kind of. Wolfers kind of puts his hands on his thighs and goes, "Oh, you're quite fast for a gnome, aren't you?" Whew.
Woodward looks at Roof and says, "Well, when it's either that or dying, you can move a lot faster than you think."
True. Oh, I hope Lucy and Ethel's gonna be okay. But looks like we made it out. Not too badly.
Yeah, Woodward, it all worked out really well. Shionibus is a cult leader now.
Oh my God, she is. Not in
this
character.
can't be
That was
good.
true. In character. So, all right. This is what we have to do. We have to go to Dunstan and warn them that in 2 days, the armed forces of the town that took over Bryax is coming with full force to take over the town. Also, I'm sure Shionibus has lots of other information that she has to tell us, but let's walk and talk because we have to get to this town as soon as possible.
At first, completely silent because she's just trying to wrap her mind around that actually worked. Best lie I've ever told in my life. Like, but is then going to take off the necklace and just like hold it, and like just like white knuckles holding it, and in Elven, and be like, "I swear on his dying breath, I will kill him."
And on that note, that is where we will end episode 19 of Edge of Legend. I had no idea it was going to end in a fight pit. I really did not. My kudos to the players. You guys were amazing. You got into a horse race. You got into a fight pit with a champion's brother. We didn't set a town on fire. You made a harmless altar fire. You burned an altar. You started a riot. You even got the hell out of Dodge when the getting was good. You guys were amazing tonight. Thank you so much. Without further ado, let's do our exit tros and our thank yous because you, the guys in chat, you've been tremendous tonight as well. So, starting us off, Mr. Michael Powell, tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, I'm Michael Powell, and I swear I am not a pyro. You can find me all over the internet on my social media handles, which is Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. That's Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. Also, you can find me on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell does stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, such as my YouTube channel, which is Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And on Thursdays, I will be on Toyzilla Live on the Toyzilla Network here on Twitch at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, talking about toy news and nostalgia.
Very nice. Sidney, tell us who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hi, my name is Sidney. You can find me on the internet as at Sidney Rubino, SIDNEYRUBINO. Be my friend. Hi. And also every Tuesday I upload a video of me reading stories and books and things to my YouTube. And this time we have started a new book of American folklore. So I hope you will join me in my reading of stories from anywhere from Native Americans to the explorers to everything under the sun. This book is gonna cover. So I'm very excited to get into it, and I hope you'll join me.
Very awesome. Kylie, tell us who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet, you orc goddess heretic you.
Oh God, I'm stressed now. Hi, I'm Kylie, or Kai. Thank you for joining us tonight. I played the Elven Rainer Shionibus that has gotten herself into a little bit of a pickle. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those fun things. And yeah.
All right. Ian, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hey guys, my name's Ian. I go by Bearded Scald on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to hit me up, I'd be more than happy to chat. You can also find me in our Discord, which links were in chat and sent out quite often. So happy to strike up a conversation with you guys. Thanks for sticking around, and everybody's comments tonight were amazing through and through.
You guys in chat were awesome. Sorry we're going a little bit late. Sam, please tell them who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I am Sam. I played Ichipoktan, your local barbarian riot girl. And you can find me on the interwebs at Hey Sam Sterling, where all fine internets are found.
Very nice. And I am PJ Megaw. You can find me everywhere at pj.megaw. I am the GM for Edge of Legends and Nat 20 Productions, but I'm not here Wednesday telling great stories of these amazing people that I just love with all my heart. And having you here, you legends, you absolute legends, you in the chat. I'm here Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. with my man, Mr. Michael Powell, as we sit down at the table to discuss TTRPGs, the books they make, the characters they create, and we create stuff along with you. Which reminds me, we need to go to the polls. We need to see which character that we invented at the table will become a canonical character. And it is a friggin' landslide, you guys. Oh my gosh, Nevada just called in with the votes. And you're topical. And the winner of 6 votes, it's not even close, you guys. It's the Tengu Duskwalker, Archaeologist Necromancer, Carrie Eon, the Tengu Duskwalker, will now become a real character. So look out for one day while you meet a very spoopy, very silly burb who likes digging for bones and making them dance. So we'll get to that sometime in the great world of Edge of Legends. My name has been PJ Megaw. As always, I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming and making this episode tremendous. As always, I cannot wait to see you. Same net time, same net channel here. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for episode 20. Until then, be safe.
Oh,
Love
and
you.
Stick around because we are going to raid.
Oh, who are we raiding?
Let me check.
Yeah.
Just one moment.
Supposed to raid someone. I never know who to raid at midnight. I don't know who's up on midnight.
Should I get a Viking hat for every time we're about to raid?
Probably a good
Yes.
All right, raise
Actually,
your
I
hand
do
if
have
yes. Yes, taking a poll. Okay, all right, done.
idea. Yeah. I think
All
it's a big guess. Also, thank you so much, Adam Generator, for slogging it out. You said it's 4:00 your time in Argentina. Argentina, beautiful country.
Wow.
Thank you so much
Crazy.
for showing up this long.
Yeah,
You're amazing.
And I know Pengu Chan stays up super late to watch us too because she's from Ireland. So Pengu, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Like Reaped, Trigger Chan, you guys are. Everyone in chat is the best, and even if you're still the best because we love you and you're a part of our journey.
Mm-hmm.
I found someone.
Yeah.
I think they're playing the RPG called Rift.
Ooh.
So,
nice.
They're
Love that.
Rifted. That's Rifted_gamers.
So it's raid rifted _ gamers, GAMER or GAYMER?
GAMERS.
All right. Okay, everyone.
Yep.
Thank you so much for sticking around. Love you so much. We do the show for you, so it's great that you guys come here and support us back. We'll see you next time, and who knows? Maybe they'll get to Dunstan, and maybe they'll find that bratty little paladin that they've been trying to find. See you then.
And this is only
All
fire
right.
number 2, so it's not a theme yet. Fire number 2. It's only number 2.
Look, it's already. I mean, it's now a theme. So okay, so everyone, we love you, we cherish you. You're absolute legends, and we are now rating in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yeah, I hit the raid button.
Did it work?
Probably
Good
still,
job.
probably still up, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking until I know we're
Looks
rated.
still up to me.
Yep, it definitely looks like we're still
Alright.
up.
Yep.
Oh, they're accepting
Oh,
us.
there you go.
There we go.
They
Yeah.
accepted us. We are tremendous.
We were accepted.